You're following the adventures of the Dawnforged company. Recently, they had led a revolution inside of the dwarvish city of Kern and overthrew and killed the king, who, when slain, dissolved into many worms that crawled away through portals. Chasing the worms, they were led up and up and up and up miles of staircase into a facility at the top of the mountain, where they found rows and rows of humanoid-like creatures made of metal and wood, and they followed the worms as they made their way inside one of these creatures. Meanwhile, killing, stabbing, and shooting some of them before they had the chance to move or attack. Now, eventually they were able to slay the one with the worms in it and defeat the worms once and for all. Upon looking around the facility, they gathered that there was a large gem that had something to do with this process. And then one of the creations stirred. With a natural 20 for perception and staying his hand, the rogue did not fire into him. He had a chance to speak. It was the voice of Oysterlug, the town blastmaster. Upon hearing his voice and him requesting a beer and enjoying it, they decided that they needed to find if Oysterlug, the dwarf, was still alive. They headed down into the city stockades, the jail, to see if they could find him there. And upon finding him safe and sound, trying to figure out what the hell was going on, they headed back to the throne room and took the crystal, the gem that was inside of the slain king's eye. It's red color. And upon another amazing perception check, turning it, seeing a reflection of the king inside, moving. Remembering her own experience in the gem when she tried to scry on the king, she called for healing, but tactile healing. Healing that was applied through touch and not spell-casted, not chanted before, but an instantaneous effect. Upon reaching out and calling for the clerics of the city to come, Old Claddock, the homeless halfling, headed his way over, and turns out he was a cleric for Gond, god of creation and creativity. One of the blacksmiths that they had come in contact with also made his way over, and being a cleric for the Allfather. And then, finally, a woman dressed in goldish armor and long robes came in, calling herself Corn Brightmantle. She is a priestess, and with all of them gathered round, they started to place their hands on the gem, and as they did, the gem became clearer and clearer, of almost silver nature. And then it seemed to grow as they pushed this healing into it, until eventually it shattered open, and before them stood the visage of the king, Elfroig Forgebray. That's where we ended last time. Now, with that, what would you like to do?
I realized that there's no way in hell I could have carried that metal sleeve with all my equipment. So can we retroactively say I put it in the bag of holding?
Which metal sleeve?
The metal sleeve from Oysterlug that I just straight up took from his personal belongings.
Oh yes, for the Tinkerer's sleeve. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Is the king's body still in the room?
The king's body completely dissolved, and only left the gem. Even his head had dissolved into these worms that escaped out through portals.
So what about that skin suit that you had mentioned?
Oh, I guess, yeah, there is some skin left on the throne that it just kind of looks deflated.
Since I'm right next to him,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna ask, how long were you trapped in that gem?
And then he turns to look at you, and you notice he's almost has like an inner glow to him as he looks. And he's like, I've been trapped longer than I think I may have perceived. Things happened outside. I could watch, but not interfere. I saw months as though they were days. Days as they were mere moments.
How'd you end up in there?
It is a long story, and I will tell. Once you tell me who you are.
Saviors of the city, apparently.
Saviors of Cairn. Very well then.
So,
Who was it?
Full disclosure. Not knowing that that was you, but not you. We may have led a revolt against you, not you, but the you that you. And I'm gonna point over to the pile of skin.
It's of no matter. How came you to find me in this? And you notice his eye is missing completely.
I scryed on you, thinking we needed more intel, and trapped myself in the gem. And then as we struck you down, I saw you inside the gem.
Troubling. So, it can hold more
It
than
was
one.
pure luck that I saw you in there.
Well, I have my thanks for it. So, how long has it been since my coronation?
Oh.
I don't know, we
God.
weren't here.
And then you hear
And then I look over towards the other dwarves and I'm like, well,
Bristlechin pipes up. He's like, it's been 18 months. It's been that long.
That's not too bad, right? It's not years.
To me, it was merely 2.5 weeks. Most. It is hard to keep track of time without sun or sleep to aid you. Why have you done this? Why did you help my city? What was wrong with it?
That thing took over, let the Dugar run
The Duergar.
wild.
Where are the Duergar?
Well, we took them down, mostly.
No.
Mostly dead. And arrested.
The rest are arrested.
Alright, I'll have to speak to the arrested. Now, do you know if Dangard was with them? Did you slay Goldcrown?
Which one was that?
He was the leader of their emissary. He had bright orange hair. He wore kind of a dark and black armor on above his robe, a mantle of steel flame coming from behind his head.
We're just
See
gonna
one of
point
the
into
bodies
like
in
the
this
3
room?
bodies.
And as you point, he turns and he kind of makes his way slowly over to the body and looks down. He's like, "This should have been prevented. You reached out to help us. Didn't listen. Sorry." And he leans down and he closes the eyes of the Duergar, which are still open, and they're of a singular color, but as they were a bright orange before, almost with an inner fire, they're dulled out, almost as if like literal magic has left the veins. He stands back up.
Basically, the dwarves were oppressed. They were being ignored by their king, and
Not how.
people were being black-bagged and led into the jails, disappeared to create a fake construct army. A piece of the crystal is underneath in your dungeons.
I thought that was
to-
above.
Oh,
That's
above.
above.
Yeah, above.
Alright,
By the way, your
create
city became a
golems.
bunch of racist dicks.
That too.
well, dwarves are not necessarily ones usually to be of the most. Are usually
how
of
you
the most
treat a-
well,
Is that how you treat a former champion?
he,
Jerks.
he looks at you for a second. 7 years ago? Is that
I
you?
don't know. Numbers hurt.
Hmm.
I just saw my name on a wall.
Well,
Speaking of treating former people in certain ways, I'm gonna go stand by the door in case we have a certain goblin friend show up that doesn't know the entirety of the situation.
as you say, did you say that out loud or did you just move?
No, I said that out loud as I moved over to the door.
You see,
Good call. I'll join you, buddy.
his eye kind of flares for a second. He looks. Goblin. What goblin?
Rashildalin.
Spy master.
Oh.
You saw what your clone did to his family, right?
My clone. Oh, the body.
Not you, that you.
Oh, yes.
Not there. Everything's 5 feet to the left. Most people don't get that.
I knew it was going to come in eventually. Ha! Dwarves. That's,
Do it easy.
might have been something I missed then. So,
Oh,
Probably.
murdered his
Good.
family.
alright.
You guys were close, right?
We had worked together. He was the only rogue that I knew I could trust.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't trust him right now. He might stab your face off.
Yeah, he was not. He got all stabby with the dead body of you. Not you, that you.
Yeah,
yeah, murdered his family.
sounds like a good enough reason. Now, what do you know of the Duergar? Why they were
Heck,
here?
I'm gonna go wait outside the door.
Perfect. It's less of a door, but like a big open archway.
Just so there's not enough like eye shot. Just
Sure.
a good intercept course.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of doing the same, like more of a to stop. Hey, good news.
Perfect.
Hey, buddy, hold on a tick.
2 seconds,
Gotcha.
buddy. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, wait, did we start?
Damn it! I thought we almost made it.
Oh,
Shit! I thought I stalled you guys long enough that wasn't gonna happen. All right. So the Go
While
ahead.
that's going on, I kind of like give him a breakdown of what was going on.
He nods and he's like, "All makes sense." Although, would have done it better. Some things in there that a bit of what I had an idea for. The Duergar, they came while my father was still alive. They told him of the breaking of the world, showed him a vision of the oceans and continents shattering and drifting away into nothing. My father refused to trust them because they were Duergar. Could not shake that vision. They can't shake it. So I stopped them from leaving and I gave him a place to stay. Seems it was a chance to reunite the Duergar and the dwarves under a common enemy, or at least to stop some great evil. We could save all those who called Nalakazad home. And he kind of gestures to the mountain and everything around him.
Still got a chance. You just gotta do a lot of fucking work.
There's always a chance. We need the help.
I yell from the entranceway.
There's always a chance. Something my father, despite his arrogance and ignorance, was able to pass on to me. I convinced him that this would be an opportunity never to come again. But after he showed us, I just couldn't shake the feeling. I couldn't sleep. I was filled with that fear, and I saw the vision every time I closed my eyes, let alone tried to sleep. It was horrible. In nightmares, I saw the death of my people over and over again. To the point, sleep filled me with fear.
I have a more pertinent question.
And you see, he's kind of staring off as he's talking. He looks up with his one eye. What? I'm so sorry. Yes.
What in the fuck possessed you? What were those wormy things?
Oh,
What took over your entire court?
that's
What was in control?
Fortunately, I don't know the name of it. It's an ally to the Duergar. As for the one controlling actions and the one who puppeted my body.
So the
I believe-
Duergar set you up.
Aye, but I think the vision's still true. And I don't think the envoy meant to set this up. I think it was the disembodied spirit of Carvelin Root Crown, their past king.
Can I
You see.
do an insight check?
Sure, always. Yeah, go ahead and roll the insight check. 19. He seems like he's not lying to you at all. He seems pretty straightforward.
But does he seem like he's all together with it, or like
He does seem like he is definitely, he's not all there. There's something, he is distant, he's detached, he's staring off into random places as he talks. He's just kind of very strange right now, and he's just...
I think you need to rest. You have been through a great ordeal.
I could do that. Sleeping sounds good.
This city has been saved for now.
But you say you've led a revolt against me. Where am I to sleep if I am a deposed king?
Well,
Who of you is in charge?
I'm looking towards the other dwarves, like, we plan to give it back to you guys, so...
And then,
I can do it.
No.
is he really in...
Stop crackling.
I have a feeling you're underqualified. What have you led before, boy?
A revolt against the deposed king.
You were the leader then.
No, he is not the leader.
Well, I led people into battle.
There are times for jokes, and there are times for them not to be.
I look towards the dwarves, and I'm like, we plan to hand the city back to you.
And Bristlechin kind of nods again. He's like, to be honest, we hadn't gone that far. You've been dead all of 10 minutes. Well, all of an hour and a half.
What
Can
about
anyone
the
hear me?
Guildmasters?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, we can.
You're still a little crackly
ridiculous.
sometimes.
Can anyone hear me?
I feel
Yeah,
like
we
this
can
is
hear
like
you.
tons of Vice Air chiming in time that we just missed out
Yeah,
on.
I'm like, why
Yeah.
isn't anyone listening to me? Like, why can't I? What the fuck is going on?
What,
my
what did you
God.
What did you say?
Well, I was like, don't go to sleep. Like, no, we don't have time for you to go to bed right now.
I would like to sleep.
What
I
about
would
the
really like to sleep.
Guildmasters?
I bet you would.
Why not the guildmasters step up in your stead until you
Right,
regain
well,
some strength?
So hold on. We haven't really gone over the events of how you got stuck in the stone in the first place. Like, I'm still wildly unclear. You say it was the Duergar who did it. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
It's not the Duergar. It's the spirit of the old king Carvelin Root Crown
And how is he doing that?
through the crystal. Through
Right,
that
which
gem.
crystal? That. Okay, so this gem, what is it?
It is a piece of the Zealer Akim that comes from deep inside the mountain.
Alright, so there we go. How so the Duergar have mined out the mountain deep within the Zealer Akim? Is that right?
Aye, we've known forever that they dwell beneath us and mine whatever they come across. They value the Zealer Akim as it is one of the few points of that light in the Underdark down there that comes from another plane of magic, so they don't have to sustain its brightness. Have to cast magic for it.
If you're saying anything, we can't hear you again.
Yeah.
Alright, so apparently I have to hold on to my mic cable. I'm trying real hard here.
Oh
Fucking
no!
ridiculous.
Nope.
Sounds
he's gone
like
again.
a cat to it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sounds like a.
Try a different USB port, man.
Do you have another headset close you could use?
It's actually the jack straight into the headset.
Huh?
I know what he's talking about.
Oh, I see. Because it just disconnects. Oh man, that's brutal.
Fuck.
This is prime Visair territory too, so we're gonna just take a quick second.
Yeah, no worries.
It's your wife's headset, you doofus.
yeah, that would be not a bad suggestion. Yeah. Whew, haha.
I think we should make the
Wow.
king go to bed and have the guildmasters control it for a while until they figure out whether the king should even be fit to rule. He seems a little cuckoo's nest for me.
Oh, good. That's coming across.
This is
Seems a
all out
little
loud.
No, there's nothing in character right now.
This is
That's a lot
Deadpool.
of crackling teeth.
Yeah, if you can replace your
Yeah.
headset, maybe borrow Molly's for the night. Oh, he's typing. Have a short. Oh no!
Yeah, sounds like a cat got to the cord.
Yeah, that's either that or it's just one of those wear and tear split stresses. That sucks.
Wouldn't doubt blame cats.
When in doubt, always blame cats. Cats do everything. Oh, but by the way, I told a few of you before it started, but you can now pull up the picture, full-size picture of the king, so you can take a look at who you're looking at and
Sweet ass.
get a
Mike.
better idea of kind of what he looks like.
A
And
pike that you can't use, but you want to steal anyways.
Yes.
your bird lungs, that would go downhill quickly.
I will fill my hollow bones with pipes.
You're stronger, but you can't fly anymore. All right. Yeah, and
Cancer.
all right. So
Avian cancer.
and everything's kind of making sense so far, or at least is intriguing enough to look at for more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, my game plan is to basically tell the guild masters they need to man up until they figure out whether or not the king is okay enough, which
They figure it the fuck
sounds
out.
doubtful.
Oh man,
Figure it the
this
fuck
king,
out.
this king was one of my favorite characters I've had to write so far. Just because he's so weird and interesting.
He's
But Kern-
fucked up.
I've had so much fun with Kern. I'm not even
You're
gonna lie.
fucked up.
Like, Kern has been one of the wildest, weirdest D&D stuff that we've done, and I loved every second. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the King's Worms is definitely a top contender for weirdest fucking moments so far. In my
Oh yeah. Hey, at least
Just
you know
wait.
you killed everybody. That's a pretty good twist.
Is that better?
Yes.
No, no,
keep
talking.
Moving around.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I can't move anything around. These are Molly's wireless headphones.
Oh,
Those
cool.
are working so much
Yeah,
better.
that is very nice.
Fucking have a short in my headset. That sucks.
Yeah. Well, like, you can be excused to buy a new wireless one, right?
I don't want to buy new headphones.
I know. I'm sorry. man.
God damn it. Alright, anyway.
It might just be the cable. You could probably just get the cable for cheaper.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
if
I'm gonna try.
oh yeah, if you have a cable that connects just directly into the headset, that's a good idea. I do have a spare one if you wanna. I can send to you
No,
in
it's
worst case
fine.
scenario.
I'll
okay.
get it figured out. It's
And
just
then
for the moment.
I was telling them
Right.
there is a picture of the king that you can pull up and look at now in the handouts. So in case you want to kind of get a better idea of who you're talking to, because I realized I didn't really do that. So you only had that little bitty token. So
What's his name
Oh.
again?
Hefroik Forge Branch.
Forge branch.
Mm-hmm.
And TJ, I was saying Deadpool, I was figuring like we would tell the guild masters to man up and lead until they figure out whether or not they want the king to lead again. Because he
Oh.
seems one flew over a cuckoo's nest to me.
Well, I just want to figure out what happened to him first. And,
Oh yeah, and quick shout out to Molly, our MVP. Also
MVP.
an amazing streamer. Check her out on Molly Can Has, spelled MOLLYKANHAZ. So, she managed to throw her husband headset, which we really appreciate.
Noise.
Got a shout out where the shout outs go.
Alright. So, so the Duergar,
So,
the Duergar set up, mined this stone from deep inside Zielar Hakim, and then how did you become? How did it get to you?
the envoy brought it with them. They said they had mined it from this place where the Zealer Akeem have turned silver. And out from that place walked that spirit of their dead king carved little root crown. And he touched Thangard, and he gestures to the body. He touched him on his head and gave him a vision. And when he awoke, he had this gem in his hand, the vision trapped inside. He insisted. And he brought that to show us, and we saw it. And we had many council meetings over the correct course of actions, but my father, over and over again, refused to listen. He called it fear-mongering and Duergar propaganda. Again, I consulted with Thangard and the Duergar emissary in private, and I insisted that he give me the gem so I could show it to my father again. I could make him listen.
And
So-
how did it end up in your eye?
Well, compulsion, I suppose.
Compulsion.
Aye.
Alright, so it was a grab for power by the Duergar to take over the city. Is that the sort of the conclusion you've reached, or is that what you think?
Not at first. It is more complicated than that.
Yeah, right. Because the crazy you was rambling on about this vision of the future of this
Aye.
this dire event,
Aye.
and I just can't quite see how the actions that they took led to anything resembling a safer or more secure city or world. Can you explain any of their actions, maybe? Is there anything of it that makes any sense to you?
I think that they were setting up the city to have the safety of the Duergar before any others. So, just curious, you said that the city had become racist. How?
Deeply bigoted at the very least. Well, no one but dwarves are allowed in and out. Everyone's being checked at the gates.
Aye.
Everyone has to be assigned a position before they're even allowed to like visit the city.
Nothing's even in common. It's not very accessible.
So,
That's that's a whole nother thing.
so no one's allowed to enter the city without being bound to it, because I think he was setting it up to bring the Duergar up, and didn't want the at most to think of the Duergar to interrupt that. I believe.
Who wanted to interrupt what? I don't quite follow you.
The reintegration of the Duergar people into Cairn. There are many
Okay.
races who take the Duergar as pure evil, and will have nothing to do with them. It would have made it much easier if it were only dwarves who were under the order of the king not to. So you remove outsiders who would be X-Factors.
Oh, you like us?
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we're quite the X Factor, aren't we? Because we kind of destroyed their little plan. Do you think there's a way to unite the Duergar now that they've caused such ill will by this horrible kidnapping of the king and just subjugation of Cairn's people?
I don't think that the Duergar who are down there now are the ones that are responsible for this. I believe it's literally the ghost of their past.
Okay.
His fault.
Sorry, Deadpool, real quick.
Yeah.
We have a robot man, right? Who we thought was dead. Is that correct?
You left him upstairs.
We should bring him down here.
Yeah.
Bring
we
down
also have
the
the real version standing right here.
Yeah, we have the
Yep.
real version.
bring down the copy man, the Warforged. Call for him to be sent in.
Who do you ask to do this?
I just called at the door where
One of the guards.
Bloodscale and Uza are.
Perfect. And which one of you would like to do this?
I should ask Mezzy to it, in all honesty.
Very well. I will be right
Thank
back.
you, Mazzy.
And then Mezzy's
So-
like, you hear as he exits the room. It's not like the stairs are easier for. Fuck it. you just hear this tap 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 tap. And he just-
So
Be taller.
so speaking of ghosts of people, or at least copies of people,
Aye.
have you been told about the Warforged or anything there up in the mountain?
The Warforged. He kind of
Yeah,
looks at you.
The metallic
The construct peoples.
construct. Yeah, that's that word.
Aye.
Well, they're building them just up
Aye.
the mountain there, and the weird thing is, right? This one kind of threw us off. Is one of them seems to think he's is the person that he is in the room.
Oysterlug,
I
yeah.
point to him. Seems to think he's him.
Aye.
Oyster Lug, the Blast Master.
So,
Aye.
Oysterlug, could you come over here for a moment?
Of course, yeah. And he kind of makes his way over.
You're gonna meet
Can I-
your friend that we told you about.
He bows a
Can I
little
do a
bit.
quick Arcana check on the Blastmaster to see if there's anything weird or magical about him?
Go and roll an Arcana check. No, he doesn't seem to have anything magical on him. He doesn't even... And you kind of, having interacted with him before, he's more about... not even like more of like a natural alchemist to make his explosions and things like that. He doesn't really work a lot in the magical field, and so you see exactly what you expect. Nothing magical on him or about him. Other than you do notice the missing bombs that normally go into his beard, but that's about it.
Right, so we're gonna bring in the Warforged and talk to him. Since he seems to be a ghost of someone, though he is living. Do you think that
Wait,
the
did you say
King...
did you say that he is living and inside of one of the constructs?
Yeah, that's
His
exactly
memory
it.
is.
No,
What does that mean to you?
their king might not be fallen. This could be just... No. But I hope I haven't fallen prey to... But they had... I saw the vision.
Right.
It
Use
was so
your words.
convincing.
Slow down. Tell me what you're thinking. Just give me all the information you have.
Where to begin?
The beginning?
The beginning. I've told you the beginning.
The Duragar. You
So
saw the
what you're
vision. What does
thinking
the vision mean? Why is this vision connected to this Warforged?
He shakes his head for a
Wait.
second.
I think I get it.
Aye?
You're thinking that the king is still alive and
Aye.
his death is a ruse.
I believe if he can make a copy on purpose, like we were trying to do, then I believe that he could still be down there. And that
Oh
this...
shit, Mesnos went by himself.
No, not in the Warforged.
Snow should be fine.
He kind of shakes his head, he's like... And then he puts his like head in his hand. And he just starts to like... rub his forehead. It's not... The vision was true though. I know that. I know it was true. And he looks up at you all like for like confirmation. It was.
Look, we're not sure. Honestly, they've
No.
used this vision against you many times. It seems like that's what weakened you enough for them to be able to get to you in the first place. So
Visions can be false.
visions can be false. Don't get us wrong. There's a lot of strange things in the world and a lot of bad stuff, but I don't think you can ever take any future as certain.
I gave everything for this vision to not come true, and
There is no fate but what we make.
who says
Oh,
I
that's
have
the
any
dragons in
control?
my head.
Did he just say there are dragons in his head?
Yeah, don't worry.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's a whole thing.
And as you say that, he kind of moves over to you and he looks you in the eye and he's like,
Nope, I'm way in the doorway.
no, he moves all the way to the doorway and
Hey, you! No!
Follow.
But I'm gonna lead him back away from the doorway so Rash doesn't see him if he bursts in.
and he's like,
I'll stay by the door.
all right. And so as you head in, he looks you in the eye and he's like, he tries to look and he's like, I don't see them behind your eyes. Where do you keep them?
I mean, like, I can show you later. I'm not really very trusting of your brain state right now.
I am king.
Well,
You're only debatably king right now. Honestly, we hold probably as much power as you do at the
And
moment.
his face all of a sudden drops again. He's like, I'm sorry.
We,
I
We-
am not king. I am a fool.
Look, we want to help you. We want to help the city. We want what's best for the city. And if that's you, that could be your rule, but it could not. But at this point, the main thing is to protect the city, to protect Kern, and understand what's going on.
Aye.
You're our main guide through this. We need you to tell us everything you know, so that we can protect as many people as possible.
Very well. Where did I leave off?
Ready? You left off. So they
Something about a
gave you.
vision.
They gave you the stone. They said there was a vision. You said that you had the stone and you were compelled to put it in your eye. Now, did you rip out your own eye to do that?
Those are far apart. Much happens between those two.
Alright, well, help us out.
Well, all right. So
Go
after
back to the doorway.
Perfect. Alright, well, after convincing him to give me the jewel, which was no small thing, I decided I would show my father. If I could talk to him alone, I could convince him. And so I brought him a flagon of his favourite ale, and explained my position, and he seemed to nod and shake his head and then nod again. And then when I handed him the gem, his eyes glazed over and his brow furrowed. And then he started shouting at me that it was all Duergar trickery and that I was a fool. Maybe I am. We fought, and eventually he came at me with his axe, enraged by his refusal to listen. I stabbed him. He bled everywhere.
Does it sound like he was
As he
dead?
died, he told me not to be a fool. Not to listen to them. Desperately, I tried to think of what to do. And then I remembered a rogue I had worked with in my youth. And a gem he had showed me with a vision in it. I called the guard, and when they came in with no other explanation and no other reason, I told them that the king had been assassinated by a goblin named Rasildolin. And we stormed out of the castle, and the guard in tow, and we went to his house, but he wasn't home. But the guard handled those there as they were guilty of my crime. They were slain on the spot. They robbed me of my clue. And I needed healing, so I was taken to the temple of Moradin the Allfather. They cured my wounds and blessed me in preparation for the coronation that was to take place immediately. For Kern has never been without a forged branch as king. As I sat horrified by that day, I stared at this gem given to me by the envoy. Silver it was then. And I was convinced I'd done the right thing for the future of Kern. And as I talked myself into it, and my conviction grew, the gem grew red in my hand. I saw the reflection of the Duergar king in it. And Carvelin Rootcrown spoke to me, telling me of the doom and thanking me for my sacrifice, and for my future sacrifice. I said I would do whatever I needed to do to save my people. He promised to help me.
Is
I'm
Bard
looking around.
near the king? Is Bardin near the king?
Is who?
What's his name?
Bardrin Bristlechin?
Bardin?
Yeah.
Bardrin, yeah.
Yeah,
Bristlechin.
he's right
Is he
there.
near the king?
Yeah.
Can I like just? I'm gonna kind of coyly walk over as the king's talking all this, and just kind of give Bristlechin like a little squeeze on the elbow to try to bring him away a little
Okay.
bit, just like out of a whisper earshot.
Okay, stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay, while this is happening, I'm kind of looking around at the dwarves like, are you hearing this admission of regicide
And-
and
As you
Murder and
murder?
as you look
fucking
around,
insane.
I suspect you find faces that mirror your own horror.
What
as,
the fuck is this bullshit?
Oh
Well, I mean,
man.
since we're gonna be out in the open about it, I just pulled it like you heard that you're gonna arrest him, right? To Bristlechin.
And so the whole time, no, are you doing this while the king's still talking? So sorry, Deadpool. Are you guys doing all of this stuff and kind of looking around as he's still talking? So you want him to keep talking but not distract him, or
I
are you
want
guys
him to keep
interrupting?
That's what I'm going
talking,
for.
Okay, perfect,
And I'm preparing myself. Let's
perfect.
see.
If you guys are preparing actions, just go ahead and write them in the chat so I know.
I'm standing by the door.
All right.
At this point,
I
I don't
mean-
even know what I could prepare.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and
Always-
grab Bristlechin, pull him like
Actually-
10-15 feet away, and try to like whisper in his ear when I get the chance.
All right, and as you kind of grab him by the arm, he's almost like pliable, like he just kind of leans as you pull him. He shakes his head and looks up, and as you pull him, you get this very serious, and he nods and goes with you. The other guards seem to naturally be just migrating towards the king. So like the other
Are
guards,
they
as they're listening to
ready their
this.
weapons.
None of them seem to be readying their weapons yet, but they are just kind of making their way that way.
Making way downtown, walking fast.
And then, so as you guys are doing all of this, the king continues. Having him, he told me to bring him closer. And having him eye to eye, he told me that I was the hope of the mountain. And he would share his secret with me more clearly in my dreams if I slept with the gem. After the ceremony and my crowning, for the first time in weeks, I found rest easily, with the gem clutched in my hand. My eyes grew heavy, and I felt myself sink into my bed, with a wriggling sensation below me. I felt my body covered in worms, but as my eyes shot open, I found myself floating in a void. Cavern the Root Clan stood there in front of me, and then he sat down, and suddenly I was sitting in my old chambers. The prince's chambers. He told me that there was a secret to the Zila Hakim, that they are connected to another plane of existence, one that holds echoes of our souls, and just sleeping near enough to them was enough to activate this power. The colors, and he looks up, not even noticing anybody, like just stare, 1,000-yard stare that goes from in front of him to above him. The colors are representative of the emotions of those copied. And he told me that they could be cultivated and harvested. You could use them to overtake somebody's body. He said with them that we could make everyone a dwarf and unite them against the coming threat. I told him there has to be a better way. You can't just force an army. And so I told him I would return with an answer in a few days. In those days I began the process of gathering master crafters and asking them for their newest ideas and inventions, under the guise of finding a worthy investment for the crown. The tinkerer showed me his idea for a mechanical dwarf, a golem that would work as a perfect assistant to any master crafter. Then I knew my plan. He shared it with Root Crown in my sleep. He is armed. He has his normal. He has everything that you saw him with before.
Is he ready or anything?
He is 1,000-yard stare. The axe is kind of like the breaker, the big maul is across his back, still strapped to it, as he stares up into the Zila Hakim, still talking. He's like, I shared it with Carlin Rootcran, who became annoyed at my assistance to wait. And I knew the brilliance of the Cornish people would help us find a solution. I told them we could create an army of any size with the boundless resources of the mountain, and instead of taking the bodies of others, be able to break this. Now?
I mean, when the moment seems, if he's staring off,
okay,
kind of 1,000-yard stare, and he's got all these people around him, I'm gonna try to slide a hand off of him.
Just say roll for it whenever you want to do it, okay?
Okay.
All right. And he's like, But when I told him of the army that we could create, he just said that without sleep they would be worthless. I asked him to clarify why, and he said he was done waiting for me, and that he was going to do what must be done. Sitting in my dreams, I felt a sharp pain in my eye. I felt myself pulled away from him as he grew to a giant's height, and I found myself in my prison, in which I would watch him destroy my city. And they'd kind of like bows his head.
What did that Zila Hakim, is that pulling the memories from everyone?
The Zila Hakim, they're not memories. They're more than memories. They save pieces of us, real pieces of our souls. Maybe even mine is up there. He's staring up. The concentration that they found of silver might be a place of particular power that they could use. That maybe, just maybe, we can bring those who are dead back and give them new bodies. Yeah.
I'm really sorry, because this is going to depend on if I do it now or not.
Sure.
How far was the Warforged factory? Like, can I expect Mesnos through the door any second now, or is he going to be an hour?
He's going to be a bit. You suspect...
Okay, well then, I'm gonna go for it now as he's kind of staring off at the Zealer Akeem and kind of give
Perfect.
glances at everybody who can see me. Like, okay, get ready.
I'm
Okay.
gonna shake my head
Trying
emphatically
to
no.
shake my head too.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and give every indication that this is a bad time to do this.
I
do you
am
do?
also going to like give him a tiny like, no, don't you dare
Um,
look.
the record, right now the king is staring directly at the ceiling, so you kind of get the idea that most gestures will be pretty safe from his sight.
I do the like hand across the neck, like no, cut it, no.
Okay, you receive these.
Listen to my friends this time.
You sure you don't want to shoot something? No, I'm just kidding.
I want to
I want to
start.
stab the king.
All right.
So
I-
you're saying that they are trying to bring everyone back using the Zila Akeem and the robot or the construct bodies?
I suspect now that if it's merely a copy, at the time I thought they were souls, actual souls that we are giving new bodies. Then, if they are copies, though, I don't know what they need them for, other than to try to bring dead Duergar back to life to bolster their forces. Just, I don't understand. He kind of looks up at you, and his one eye is just like kind of like really wide and getting a little crazy. I don't understand how the hell we fell for all of this. Where are the Duergar that are still alive? He turns and he's just he seems to be talking to Bartram at this point, and Bartram's like, "Oh, they're down at the jail where they belong until they get a fair trial and we know who did what. That's our way, isn't it?" And then the king
You're
looks at him.
damn right it is.
What do they know?
I lock eyes with the king.
You lock eye with the king.
My
I'm
eyes,
just
his
kidding.
eye.
Alright, so where is everybody?
number
Can
2.
everybody put themselves on the map where they're at?
Real
did.
quick. Real quick. Oh yeah, everybody
I am.
don't know
Because
where-
I'm standing exactly where I'm standing.
Yeah, go ahead and move yourselves if you'd like.
Yes, I'm standing.
So I kind of like lean over towards the king. I'm like, "Dear king, you are weary. You must require some rest after such an ordeal."
I feel fine. I don't feel tired. Can I get everybody to make a perception check for me real quick?
Even me?
Even you.
Oh God, Rash is here.
No.
Blink. Nope. Fuck, I think that's fine.
What's that?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
My,
you're not attuned right now, are you?
No. I was just thinking that my stats didn't change with my level up, so it doesn't matter.
Is it alright if I try a persuasion check to?
Well, let's see what this perception check actually
Perfect.
yields before.
Yeah, after that.
All right. So, oh no, you guys don't notice much of anything. You guys are still on.
You want my 20? Oh man,
Sorry,
'Cause
dude.
I'm way down here.
Yeah.
Rash is definitely here.
Alright.
Fucker.
If anyone had gotten past me, though, I would be mad. I was doing nothing but watching.
Yeah. No. Very fair. All right, and then the king just starts to look around a little bit wildly, and then you see Zephyr. You're close enough, and so Zephyr, Uza, and so where are you at? Okay, yeah. You guys are close enough, and you just see that the king is starting to just glow a little bit more than he was. The glow doesn't seem to be going away, but intensifying.
Alright, what's this then?
Dear king,
What?
You're
you must
glowing.
come back at your full strength, so that you can lead your people
Lead my people. Why?
to safety. Right?
I'm nothing but a fool.
We
Led them
must
into
think of
destruction.
the next steps.
You must have my
King,
revenge.
You're glowing. Who are you gonna take revenge on?
Just calm
You've
down.
caused so much of this.
What? No,
Who are you going to take revenge on?
the Duergar, the ones responsible
Right.
for.
But you don't know who did it, and you yourself have said that the Duergar deserve to be integrated back into the city.
That's
And
what I thought.
They're the only possibility to keep the whole kingdom alive. You're
was-
acting rashly,
I was
and
wrong.
you are not well. Have you noticed that you're glowing?
I'm not glowing. Do not tell me how I feel!
I'm
Okay,
not
dear.
telling you how you feel, I'm telling you a fact. You
Why?
are glowing right now, and do you know why you're glowing?
Do not be mad. Of course, I'd notice if I was glowing. And like the guards are now. Why are you all so close?
Somebody somebody else tell him he's glowing, for Christ's sake. You're glowing.
Sir, you are glowing.
Look, you're being a victim to some clear other magic, as
he
you
kind
have
of-
been victim for months now. Now, if you need to, if you calm down, we can figure out how to do something about it.
He starts looking at his hands, and everybody make another perception check. Oh, actually, let me... Okay, Vicer, chances on your side today. Roll an Arcana check.
Arcana. Boom. Ugh.
That's funny. I rolled a
Roll that,
D100 to
roll
see
it
if you could or
good.
not. All right. So actually, Zephyr, with a 20, that's enough. You start looking, and then just for the barest moment, you see the king is starting to look see-through.
Oh my god.
See-through?
It's disappearing.
What are you talking
What?
about?
I cast charm.
He's disappearing.
You cast Charm Person, and you're go ahead and roll the spell. And as you cast it on the king, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. You find it latches onto nothing. There's like a space where he should be.
Can I notice that the spell fails and go for my sleight of hand?
Or
Or is that something I wouldn't know if it failed?
It's really hard to let's see. It has a verbal and somatic component, so you would see him casting something, and that would probably be
say,
enough
"Didn't
for you to
work."
try. Because you'd have to be like arcane gestures, so you would definitely see that. Go ahead and roll your sleight of hand check. 25, perfect. And as you reach out and you go to grab the hammer, your hand passes right through it.
Ah, shit, he's not here anymore.
I literally
you
tried
might
I
to
am.
grab him now.
What do you mean I'm not here anymore?
I try to grab him too.
You go to
Just,
grab him.
Literally try to touch him.
Your hands pass through him as well.
I think maybe what happened is you weren't saved. I think
What?
you died. I think you were stored in that gem, and I think you're going away now.
You're saying I'm a soul without a body.
I do believe so.
Do something. Save me. I'm king. Karen needs a forge branch.
I have
Help me.
no spells left.
Like, you helped your father?
My father.
Damn!
Oh,
Savage,
And with that-
right at the point of death.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
Everybody within
Not
5
good.
feet of him make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I knew I should have backed up.
So, not me.
Not you.
I think I touched a nerve.
You think?
The dude killed his dad,
Alright.
and then blamed
Ah,
Rash.
That's okay. Both of you,
He's about to die, I'm just saying.
both of
Nobody's
you.
called me over, so I ain't doing shit.
All right, so don't worry, you guys. For a moment, you feel a radius of rage and emotion ripple through you and everybody around, and you see everybody's face kind of rock for a second as he turns towards you, and he's like, "And what would you sacrifice to save everyone you've ever known?"
That's not what happened, is it?
Myself, or
Do you control every aspect of your fate?
Man, I'm
Save me. I need a chance to make this right. I cannot have all
what's-
die for nothing.
I
Where's
think you
the
missed
gem?
your chance
I
when you
start
let Rash's family
screaming
take your blame.
out loud for Mesnos.
Where's the gem? in all this?
Mesnos!
The gem grew and shattered.
Gem
I
shattered.
start
Yeah.
screaming out for Mesnos.
Perfect.
Do
Okay.
we have any gems on us? Do we have anything from the
Oh, I do.
dealer Akeem?
I do. I have purple crystals, red crystals, blue crystals, gold
All right,
crystals.
grab a red one and touch him with it. See if that. See if we
Like,
can
those are
fucking
all crystals from
Ghostbusters
the
him into one.
mines.
I don't think that's the Zealand. That's not the.
It's not the Zealer Akeem, but like I'll give it a go. I
We don't have
throw
anything
all my
from the
stones
dealer
and
Akeem.
rocks out.
Did hey Ty, did the king hear what I said?
About what?
When he asked for a chance.
Yeah, that's why you had to do your saving throw.
No. He just said it. Everybody started.
Yeah, and then
talking.
Oh no, I missed it. What did you say?
When he asked for a chance to live again to fix this, I just said I think you missed that chance when you let Rash's family pay. And I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna fly. In the
I'm
air,
gonna run away, but
hover.
I'm gonna talk big smack, and then I'm gonna back up.
Oh no, I'm not going too far. I'm just gonna hover 5 feet in the air from where I'm at and kind of get a little intimidation, loom down over him,
Okay.
kind of deal.
Roll an intimidation check.
With
that
my
noise.
sweet ass +1.
That's good.
And then what were you trying with your crystals?
I just pull out one of the crystals and I don't know.
Looking at me.
He's faced away from you right now, looking at Uza.
I just kind of like wave one around and do some hoodoo shit with it.
So you try to make a somatic gesture, and do you like describe what you're doing a little better? Sorry.
Let's see, I try to.
TJ wants to steal the
My
8 from my
nature?
hand.
what is this? What is this?
I don't know.
Try to
Why
use
did you?
my nature? See if I can.
It's a weird card thing that we played
Okay,
around with.
you can take
briefly.
it
It's
back.
Useless.
See if I can feel or sense anything and
Sure. Okay.
focus it anywhere.
Yeah,
Medicine, maybe.
make a nature check, since this is about kind of how things are naturally together. Okay. All right. So you get the idea that that these crystals, there has to be something that makes them glow, and that if it's a natural magic, and if it's what he described as the Zealer Akeem, so you figure that they might extend through the entire mountain, maybe the entire mountain range. So any mines on it would be connected to the Zealer Akeem.
Sorry, say that again.
So basically, any crystals that glow, that from what he's described, from why the Duergar treasure them and want them, describes exactly what you found in the mine. You get the idea that the Zealer Keem might run through the entire mountain, if not the entire mountain range. So anything
Okay,
mined from
so-
anywhere around it that glows has a high probability of being the Zealer Akeem.
I pull out one of my gold crystals then, and I. From the mine that I got earlier.
You delve a
and
mine.
I see what I can do.
Okay. What do you want to try?
I want to try to see if I can focus him in
Put
there.
that
I
boy
say,
in the crystal!
Turn to me! I want to put the boy in the crystal. I say,
Okay.
alright, turn to me.
He
Focus
turns-
on the crystal.
He turns to you and he reaches out, and his hand goes over it, and then you see as he reaches out for it, for a second you feel his fingers over yours, and then you said a gold crystal,
Yeah.
and then this small bit of flame pops out of the crystal, and he pulls his hand away. Make a perception check with advantage. 19. Okay, since you know kind of what might be, you see the reflection of a halfling woman in the crystal.
It says that I have
And he kind of like
Says-
holds his hand.
It says that I have a red crystal. Can I perception check it to
Sure.
see if there's anything in it?
Yes, yeah. Anybody wants to inspect their crystals, go ahead and do so now.
Yeah, I have like 8 crystals.
Choose one, let me know the color of it, and then inspect it, if you have
I
one.
have a red
Okay.
crystal and I'm inspecting it.
Perfect. That's a natural 20. All right, let's see, your red crystal. Okay. You, upon looking at the red crystal, you see, it seems to be this dwarvish form sitting on a stool and like holding his hands in front of him, just sitting in rage. And as you look down, like looks up for a second and then runs at the crystal and hits as it punches the crystal, and then it seems to fade as you turn the gem slightly in surprise, and the shine that you could see him from moves, and then it seems to be gone.
So what, we need to find an empty crystal? Is that what I'm gleaning off of this?
Yeah.
think
I mean,
so.
it might
I
be a
have
place. You guys know of anywhere else to find crystals?
I got a purple crystal.
Purple
we have the
crystal.
Zealer Akeem
What about-
itself. Like, how do we?
The fucking place where we left Gimzik.
Yeah, like, can we get up there right now? Like,
How are
The
you gonna get
He's
disappearing boy up
disappearing
there?
right now.
yeah.
I may
So-
be able to dimension door him. Where is it?
It's
I
miles
got
away.
a purple
it's-
crystal, so
It's
I'll-
really
Maybe-
far away. Okay, purple
Maybe
crystal.
dimension dorm to, I don't know, where the one crystal with the robots is, and we can maybe get him stuck into a fucking robot real quick.
17.
That's what I'm thinking.
And you said purple crystal?
Yep.
All right. So as you look at this purple crystal, you just barely see. You see it's a flash of a couple, and like one is returning from a mine. They hug, and then it flashes, and then it's a single person holding out their arms.
Alright, let's try
join the
this.
couple
Memory.
crystal.
It's the Oh, sorry. Did she say this out loud?
I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
It's memories. That's when we reunited. What's her name? And
As Nini and her husband,
it's Nini and her husband.
as Bloodscale finally walks up, just casual as shit.
I didn't think anyone was gonna get that one. Sorry.
Mine.
Alright, I
got
got
you,
a
man.
blue one.
That dwarf.
Yours was the
I've got 2 gold ones.
Red
I'm gonna
was-
take a look
Oh
at. Ty.
shit! I'm so sorry, TJ. You with a natural 20 would have recognized it was the crazed pit champion, Armdrin Broodfist. You would have recognized him from the pit fight. I'm so sorry. I forgot you had a
I
20.
mean, he's alive though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then
Hey,
Uzo,
Ty,
what
that,
color?
19's for gold.
Gold. Gold. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, I got 1 red, 1 blue, 1 light blue, 2 gold, and 1 dark blue, and 1
Okay.
with the gold.
So
I don't think
gold.
anybody's looked at those.
You see. Let's see. Wouldn't recognize them. You see this picture of a dwarf. They're sitting back, and it's in a shop that you didn't go into, but you see them taking a long draw on a pipe, and then just sitting, and a smile crosses their face as they pull open like a bag of gold and look into it, and then just kind of like run their hand through it, and then drop it back down, and then pull it close.
Pervert!
It's awkward. It's,
Alright.
So
What
I,
are you
I have a
doing?
different but weird question
Aye.
for the DM.
Yes.
He was just ranting about vengeance, right?
Yeah.
How's the eye on my axe looking? Is it doing anything weird? It likes vengeance.
The eye on your axe has started to move left and right, as though it's looking around where normally it is still.
Huh. That's creepy.
It's the same color you left it, though.
Well, I hope so, because it also corresponds to my face. So I mean,
Yeah.
So we should run to the robots now.
I got a blue. Can I
I
check
think
my
we should
blue?
run to the robots now. I don't
Sure.
think we got much time to keep checking.
Can she check it while we run?
Yes. Okay. So make your perception check with disadvantage. So everybody's just running up there now, right?
I'm
As
gonna
long as the
fly.
king can move.
It's a narrow spiral staircase. It's really hard for you to fly.
No, I was gonna say,
Oh,
you
go
said the ceiling is open-ended.
Yeah.
Or is open.
Yeah.
I'm gonna while they're checking their stones and getting ready to move, I'm gonna fly up and see if I can spot Rash and any clerics.
Okay. Perception
Yes.
check. And then, okay, Zephyr, good. So with this one, it's harder to tell while you're moving, and you don't quite see what's in your blue crystals. You keep running.
Well,
Go
Is
ahead.
the king phasing out king following us?
Yes, yeah, the king is right alongside you. As you just said,
that
get to the
help?
robot shop. All the guards are with
To the
you.
robot shop.
Claddock, as you fly up, Uza, you see Claddock kind of sit on the stairs for a second, and then everybody runs out of the room, and then he kind of takes a few steps, and he goes and sits on the throne for a second, and then he looks up at you and winks. Because that's Claddock. Fucking Claddock, man.
I don't suppose I see Rash with an 18.
18? No, unfortunately not.
I'm
didn't-
gonna fly back down, and before leaving, I'm gonna tell Claddock, keep on the lookout for a goblin named Rashildalin.
I'll try these.
Keep him in this room and tell him to hide when we come back.
All right. Well, these eyes aren't what they used to, but I can do that.
Open
Good job,
these
by the
obvious.
way.
You should be running here with a cleric. Thanks. You didn't tell me. You know, we gotta talk about the whole god thing. I gotta go. My friends are going up the stairs, and I got short little bird legs.
All right. Have fun. He kind of like sits. He's a little too short for the throne, so he's just like kicking his legs, smiling to himself.
Sitting on the throne.
Yeah, he's sitting on the throne, kicking his legs, and he's pulled out like a little bit of what you recognize as a leftover ration that you gave him, and he's just biting off a big piece of jerky as he's sitting there, staring out.
All right, I'm gonna follow back everybody back up the stairs as well.
Perfect. Okay, and then so.
Try looking at a blue one again.
All right. So there's only really, I mean, actually there would be time because it's a long ass staircase. Go ahead and roll another perception check at disadvantage.
I have like 18 of these fuckers.
We took the
Thank
time
God.
to look at them all. It's probably too late.
Thank God you're failing some of these because I don't have. Well, I have lots of stories. I don't know if I have 18 in the right colors, but that's okay.
But they're all full. Is that the thing?
All right. So as you guys.
Oh look, it's the gist.
Burn me, but well done. All right. So as you guys continue to run, you guys find yourself into the. You guys eventually make your way towards the airship.
Do we
event.
pass Mesnos?
No, Mesnos. You will catch up to. Oh shit! I have duplicates of people. 1 second.
Are you sure? I'm a fast boy.
Oops, I am not a
Super.
fast boy.
Yeah, but you guys have been talking for a bit at this point. No, actually, he's really slow. About 3/4 of the way up. Yeah, you
I will just pick him up and keep running.
you come across Mesnos and you throw him up on the shoulders and you keep running. He's like, "This is much easier, thank you." Why are we in such a hurry?
Shut up! We're going.
Okay.
Ghost King's disappearing. We're saving him for reasons.
Oh, okay. And so you guys make your way up, and then you gather in
At
this.
least he did a trial.
Everybody piles into the room, and then the doors are still unlocked and open from your previous adventures. Do you guys do you guys just want to run all the way to them? Just wanted to double check before I put you there. Sprinting. Okay,
Hop,
so
hop, hop, hop.
you sprint through all the doors, and as you round the corner,
Towards the back. 'cause
I have
that
given up on
attracts
checking things because
Perfect.
it's slowing me down.
perfect. Okay, so as you guys round the corner, let me put you in this order. And so like the first person to get there is going to be Bloodscale with your movement, and so you'll have, let's see, on your shoulder, and then you guys left Fendrick here with the construct, so he's already up here, and he looks up. You see him look up as surprised. What's your walking speed, Uza?
25.
25. Okay, so you rely at the tail end with guards behind you because they also have a lower walking speed. Right, and then so
I have 40.
Got short little legs.
it's okay. You make up for it by flying. Right, and then so it'd be you, and then the king has some supernatural movement right now. He's a ghost, and then but you get in front of it because you're agile, and then bam, and then sorry, I just want to make sure I get this set up correctly. Bam, 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 bam. Sorry, everybody. And then, like, as you come through the paladin, so he hasn't introduced himself. You don't know who that is.
Nope.
All right, so the dwarf right behind you just stops as you enter the room, and he kind of holds up everybody behind him. All right, and then so you see Vendrick. He's sitting and he sat down next to the oyster lug. Warforged that you left, and then
Robot.
you see he's talking to him, and then you see others in the back. Make a perception check.
Everybody, even us.
Everybody, even the slow people.
Oh yes.
Also, yes.
God God damn it! I can't roll for shit.
Typical.
All right, so
There you go. There's
He's
one
many
lower
things.
than you. There you go.
Mesnos. All right, so with that, you see about 8 more are starting to kind of like move and look around in the back as you run in.
Oh, that's fun. Hey, what are you magic nerds?
Are you referring to? Yes. What can I? Nerd.
Figure out if we could stuff like a person in that gem over there.
Well, I suppose. Do you have the? And as he sees the king, you see Fendrick kind of like reach into his coat pocket for his wand. Is everything?
Yep. That's who we're stuffing in the gem.
Are there any controls over by this
They don't
crystal
seem.
machine?
Make an inspection, investigation check. 10. 10, you do see, like you're looking and you're kind of like sliding your hands over everything, and you do feel like there's an outline at the front of it, and it seems a little looser, but you don't find any obvious controls.
I try and pull open the loose part.
Perfect. Strength check. Because you're just trying to pull it open, right?
Yay! Oh no, that's a save.
That's okay. What did you roll?
18.
You rolled an 18. Your save and your check are the same. So, and so like you manage, like you're kind of like getting into, like you see it and you kind of like push it, and you push it, it rocks out just a little bit, and then you're like, okay, you push, and as it rocks out, you grab it and just, and as you pull down, you hear something snap, and as you pull it down, you see there's a bunch of arcane runes that are in like 3 separate circles, as the panel pops open.
Do I understand them or do I need?
You do recognize you recognize one as a conjuration spell, conjuration magic. The other one would be oh my god, name of all my magics. Hold on one second. What are the types? Magic types. 1 second. I'm so sorry.
No,
Alright.
you're good.
Perfect. And then one seems to be an evocation circle, and the other seems to be a transmutation circle.
I wave over Rashildolin, right? Is that right? Is that the one I need to? Or Gimzik? The magic fellow.
Fendrick.
Hendrik.
Hendrik! I've got
Oh,
controls over here, and it looks
Oh.
like this is the chamber where they put the body to load the thing in. I don't know.
Oh, very well. We just need a fresh Warforged. I believe all of these standing are occupied, is how I describe it. There seems to be some sort of assembly line, and then it's in production. There might be one along the line further down, and he kind of like points into the room, and you see that there is a ramp that leads into the back. Like, you guys can see the whole map now, right? Yeah, you got it.
So I yell, "There's one right there! Someone stronger than me!"
Dogger.
Athletics check to hop up to the upper area, and then of course drag it back down and over. Yeah. So you easily jump up, and then you grab it, and you make your way over to the chamber and slap it down onto the slab easily enough. Just, and it just kind of flops in, like no resistance at all, of course. And then the king is at this point has moved kind of up over to here, and he's just staring at the Warforged. He's like, they look incredible.
Are there any weapons attached to the one that Blitzkill just pulled off the assembly line?
No, the one he pulled off, and all of the ones standing, you notice that they have regular hands, where as you're coming through the room, like the first time you saw a bunch of weapons and stuff that ended really strangely, and I believe you guys passed your investigation check to realize they were, to know that they're attached. Yeah.
By the way, after
Yeah.
I slap that down, I'm actually gonna turn around and I'm gonna run back to that other room where there were a bunch of those fucking weapons.
So you're here?
Fuck, I zip to, but I can run fast. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you run over there, and what are you grabbing or doing?
Taking out the cube.
Taking out the cube?
Taking out the cube.
Okay.
And I'm shoving weapons in it.
Okay.
And
Wow.
I'm closing I don't want to have weapons. I'm closing this fucking cube.
Okay. Okay.
What cube?
Cube?
I'm so
Cube?
confused.
This is from so long ago, motherfuckers!
God damn it! He's popping up the fortress and putting
No,
things.
not that one.
No? Which cube are you talking about?
Kakaraka carrot cakes.
Oh my God! You're sending them to Krenzel?
Oh, shit.
Okay.
That's awesome. Okay.
Fuck yeah, dude. Okay. All
I'm
right.
so confused. Can somebody please just hey, it's
So,
real slow
yeah.
so I can
Teleport stuff.
I made a
to
deal
Chris.
way back in the day, even back before Mike was here.
Uh-huh.
The fucking dwarf that Ed got that weird fucking metal from that could shift. I made a deal with him to get my axe for fucking cheap, but I had to send him like half the metal I mined or found.
Oh.
And he gave me like this fucking cube, which is extra dimensional or some shit that's like a bag of holding, but it transports to him.
Oh, okay.
So I'm shoving all these weapons in there because I don't want these fuckers to have all these weird ass weapons.
And
That's so funny.
And
Easy.
it's metal, so I'm doing my job.
Double up.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. All right, yeah, easy enough. You
Oh,
just
being efficient.
You stuff that thing and you're grabbing that and throw it. Whom.
Well, everybody's busy
Whom.
as shit, so I don't think anybody's gonna
And,
come look. So
yeah.
I'm just like, fuck it.
You see.
I'm rage looting at this point.
Do you say anything as you run away, or do you just run away?
I just went, be right back.
Okay, you guys see Bloods go, "Be right back," and then just out the door, and then but it's laying there, and then the king is kind of making his way, and he's standing at the chamber looking over,
Get
and
ripped, motherfuckers.
Fendrick.
Fendrick, what should he do?
That is 1 second, and he kind of starts taking a look desperately, looking at these controls and these spells. He is going to, man. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. And then so he's looking. He's like, I believe there is something that is drawn out of the crystal. Usually, I believe if we remove the crystal and have him here, instead of drawing from the crystal, this circle will pull him into it, and then conjure him and pull him inside of the body of the Warforged. That's what we're calling them. I believe we just have to move this crystal.
Well, what do we need to move it? Where?
There's a big, tough couple dwarves and stuff. I believe we. Do you want us to help with that?
Yeah.
What are you? And they kind of get on either side and they start to pull, and then they look down and they see that they start to like rotate it, and then it catches and they rotate it back and they kind of wiggle it out, and then as it comes loose, you see that the crystal's actually suspended, and there's it has a tight metal casing around that fits into the machine, and as they pull it out, it's still shifting in color and everything. It doesn't seem to have lost anything as they kind of take it off to the side and kind of stand over here waiting. And they just look at you and they give you a good nod. Nice there.
Do what he says.
All right then.
I point to Fendrick.
So over here, please. Stand here. And the king starts to stand on the crystal. Oh, very well. And he's like standing and he's kind of looking around at everybody for a second. He's like, and then what's supposed to happen? Well, I think I do this, and you see, Fendrick. He puts his hand over the circles. They're kind of like in a triangle, and he places his hand like, and he has to really stretch out. So he has like thumb, finger, and you get the idea that it was built for a hand larger than his. But then you see his hand kind of flash, and each fingertip flashes a slightly different color, and then you see the king like, "Was that?" And then he disappears.
Is there any chain laying around or?
Chain?
Something, yeah, something sturdier than rope. I don't know. He's a fucking metal man.
No, nothing really. Nothing like. There's no like bits and things like that. Unfortunately, it's a fairly clean workspace.
I'm just gonna run my rope around whatever Warforged we fucking just brought down.
Okay, so as he does that, you are trusting up the body of the Warforged in here.
Yeah, whichever Warforged that the blood scale brought down for the king to go into.
Okay, and then everybody else seeing him doing this, would you guys, anybody want to do anything while he does that? Like
so he's just tying down the what will be the future king's body?
That's
correct. I don't
correct.
want to tie him down. I want to tie him up so that like he can move, but he can't be like, I have a body, I'm gonna murder everyone.
Totally.
I'm pre-arresting him.
Restrained, as it were.
Yes.
Arresting him. That's beautiful.
Okay.
Since none of the fucking guards want to do it.
Oh, they're all a bit taken back by all of this.
So once I'm done rage looting, I run back.
Perfect. And then so at
Unless
this
I see any other weapons on the way, then they go.
perfect noted. And so you guys are as you just hear coming down the hall, and the door pops open again, and you see Bloodscale pop back into the room.
Hi.
Let's go. Hold this thing up. I gotta get the rope behind his back.
Okay. Been doing nothing but running
Immediately agrees.
for the past 10 minutes.
I just
Alright.
love the boom, boom, boom.
He's a big ass dragonborn in a metal fucking construct. He's having a wonderful time. All right, so all right, so and you guys start doing this as the dwarves have kind of made their way over to, and you see a bunch of them are just started looking at this, the craziness of what they're seeing.
So I have 2 coils of rope. I have one that's at 35 and one at 50.
Perfect.
I'm going to use the 35 and I'm going to use its entirety. I'm just going to
Excellent.
meticulously, cartoonishly wrap him up.
Dexterity check. At advantage because Bloodscale's helping you.
Yay!
16. No, you guys get it. You guys get the entire rope, and you guys start at the feet, and you guys move quickly enough that by the time it starts to shudder a little bit, it's completely bound, shoulders all the way to knees, because you have that length of rope.
Sweet.
All right, perfect. And then, sorry, Bloodscale, let me put you in the right place.
Pum, 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 pum.
Yeah, okay, and so you guys trust him up, and as you, the head just kind of leans up. I feel better. Ooh,
Yes.
I apologize for
Yes.
what's. It's all my fault, isn't it?
That's not untrue.
It's also not completely true.
Very well.
Let's just say your legacy is in your hands,
He
and
looks
what
down,
you do next will be important.
and you see, and he kind of like moves his arms a little bit. I understand. I'm not trusted right now, correct?
I'd say it'd be a hard sell right now, yeah.
Very well.
Probably to have to stand trial.
Of course.
I did have an idea on how we can start maybe healing the city.
Aye.
It will require us to dip into the treasury.
I'm sorry.
Well, we can do a lot of resurrections.
That would be me.
Oh,
They won't be dwarves necessarily. They could come back as anything, but I think that could send a message of unity. That Cairn is more than the dwarves and always has been and always should be.
aye.
I think if we had some sort of ceremony tomorrow where we raise those killed in the fighting, that could be a start. You know?
Aye.
I'm not sure we can do everybody.
I
Got a lot
can't
of
do
money.
everybody, but I can over a period of 7 days. 9 days, I think.
9 days, so we could do
How far
we
back
could have
can you
a
resurrect?
week-long festival of some kind maybe.
How?
And I think that your advisors should be ruling in your stead until it's decided by the
They're not
citizens, by
advisors.
them.
Maybe the guild masters.
The Guildmasters,
I think
sorry.
we killed the advisors because they're
So,
too
I meant the Guildmasters, sorry. I think the Guildmasters should rule in your stead for a moment until they figure out if the city wants you to lead them.
Alright.
I think we need to start the healing process long before you
Make
even
a
think about taking power.
just for my edification. Make a persuasion check at advantage.
Deadpool, really quick.
Yeah.
If I do a short rest, can I regain spells, or do I have to do a long rest?
Drew would have to do a long rest, unfortunately.
Okay, so
Take a level in Warlock, that'll fix that.
No, then you only get the Warlock.
The 2
spell
slots,
level.
yeah.
In character, I say I can resurrect 2 people per day over a period of 10 days. People can be dead no longer than before.
What if?
20,
But they have to be willing.
How many days was it?
10 days.
10
They
days.
can be 10
Provided
days
that the creature
dead.
has been dead no longer than 10 days.
Tandas.
And they have to be willing to return.
And if
So I can return 20 people from the dead.
and what if they had been preserved magically?
I may be able to do that longer.
Very interesting.
I've never tried that.
Is there anyone else in the city who can do this, or anyone who can learn?
I could probably teach it to other druids.
Then we will find more druids.
Isn't the potion lady a druid?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Right?
Yeah, you notice that she is.
Yeah, I could probably teach this to her. And
Very
she
well.
probably has the ability.
You
Then
can probably only do 18. I
18.
think you need a nap.
I do need
Yeah.
it.
Very well. Then
Well, we won't do it right now. We can do it. I mean, like, we want to.
Yeah, but the having to sleep decreases the amount of time. Blah, blah,
If
blah,
they
blah.
can magically preserve people, I may be able to.
so
I'll
who
do it as long as I can.
all have we lost in the last 10 days?
Some very important people.
Guild masters.
Very
I'm
well.
gonna start going around and asking robots who the fuck they are.
Okay. Perfect. And as the king nods and he looks, he's like, then we shall call it Golden Awakening. We will. No, the Golden Rebirth. We will start tomorrow. Release me when you see fit. And his head just kind of leans back against into the. You hear this clank of metal on metal.
Great. With that, I'm exhausted. I think I'm ready to sleep. I look to the guild masters. Do you think you guys can handle things for a while?
Well, supposing that nothing goes wrong too soon, I think the whole city can just wait a little bit, but we'll handle whatever comes up.
Great. Gather any druids you can.
Aye.
I pull out the bottle for, or who has the bottle? The
I do.
message bottle. Would you send them a message, seeing if they can send any druids our way? See if they can put alcohol.
This school
Okay,
really
yes.
has.
No, he might have friends or something. I don't know. Just tell him that.
Well,
that
why don't you just
Karen-
take the bottle and you write it? It's gonna take me an
I'll
hour
take
to
the
write
bottle.
this.
Take the bottle
I
and write out
start
a quick.
writing a
Bird
list
needs
of the
druids.
oils and ingredients I need as well for the spell.
And with that, the priestess comes up and she takes it from you. She's like, alright, I'll start them looking.
As much of this as you can.
Of course, and she bows. Most of this is actually, we keep it at many of the temples. These amounts are a little large, but I believe this is something we can work with. And then she kind of bows to you, and then as she's making her way
Hey, if
out,
anybody at the temples can raise people from the dead, that'd be cool.
of course, yeah. And she bows and quickly makes her way out, and then you hear just a mutter. And it's like, may she watch over you. I will return. And then she quickly exits. And then as you're looking around, you see Oysterlug, and you hear simultaneously 2 of them going, "Right then, well, what should I do?" And then one looks over, and then they both look at each other. And then they both turn their head the exact same way, and then, well, that's impressive, isn't it? So I'm not you. I suppose not, but you're close.
DM's
And he-
got mad. He's having a conversation with himself.
This is what you wanted, right? No. And as they like stand up, then Oysterlug, the flesh, he pulls out a big flask. And he's like, he pops off the top and he goes and he drinks it. Then he stares for a second. And he hands it to the other one, and the other one takes it, drinks it, pauses for a second, hands it back. This is gonna make work so much easier, isn't it? Oh, you're assuming you're the boss, aren't you? Fantastic. And then they just kind of like pause and look at each other, and then your beard's crap. The flesh one says to the metal one.
Getting real homoerotic real quick. I'm gonna start asking the other robots.
Perfect. And
It's
going
gonna
through
turn into a Top Gun volleyball game in a second.
Would that be incest or masturbation?
boy, what a.
Don't answer that. I don't want to know. Never mind.
It's just yes. It's just yes.
It's a fuck machine. I mean, it's not anything. It's a robot.
We made the king stuff himself into a blow-up doll.
Get in there!
Describe your D&D plot badly. Oh man.
And then
Okay.
immediately use bondage on him.
Oh fuck. All right.
50 Shades of Kern.
Oh. Oh no.
Well, I mean, there's purple, and you know, like it
Fuck
does
me,
kind of
Frank.
look like a bondage scene.
Oh,
Alright,
Lord.
alright. Asking robots.
Jesus. All right. So the first one you go over to is introduces himself as a Sorlig Bone Brew, and you recognize.
What do you do?
I fight the pets.
Okay, cool. Kinda hang out.
All right.
Hey, how long have you fought in the pits?
Years.
Like 7?
About 5.
Alright, Bloodscale, former champion.
Well done. He kind of like he goes to shake your hand and then pulls it back and gives a bow.
I walk up and I'm like,
I take the hand. I do
Oh.
his handshake. Fuck bows.
Oh,
Alright,
I
Honor.
walk up and I say, Zephyr, new champion.
that was
oh,
true.
honor. He shakes your hand.
Let's hang out. Next!
Perfect. Next.
On the line,
this is-
everybody!
While this is happening, Viser's head is like lolling, and he's sort of like, I lean on this empty shell right here, and I'm starting to fall asleep.
Perfect.
I kind of walk over to him and I'm like, I need a nap too. You want to go find a place to sleep?
Now let's get the fuck out of here. You guys, Bloodscale, we'll see ya. I got no magic in the fingers. I need to sleep.
We all know
Then I
Mesnos will go with Zephyr.
Perfect. Yeah, Mesnos always
take
goes
off.
with Sever.
Take off for the inn.
Perfect. So you guys.
Going
Actually-
to,
Actually, is the king's chamber nearby?
No, yeah, like I would
Uh,
rather sleep in the
fucking-
castle where I feel
Yeah.
safer.
You do
I turn
ask.
to the king. I go, do you mind if I sleep in your bed?
I don't have a bed if I'm not fit to rule. And he's still
Alright.
tied up,
I-
staring at the ceiling, laying there.
I turn to the
Yeah, we're
council.
stealing his bedroom.
I turn to the guild masters and go, I'm gonna crash in the king's chamber. I hope that's not too horribly inappropriate, because it's happening.
Better than us fighting over it, I suppose.
I'm taking the cot. I'm taking a cot on the floor. So
I'm sure he has like.
There
the
should be
lounge
plenty of
chairs.
advisors' rooms that are currently empty.
that
Nice.
works.
I'm gonna go crash, and then I head to the king's chamber to crash.
Perfect. And so you start making your way down the stairs.
I'm going to walk over as soon as Viser stops leaning up against that construct that I brutally murdered in cold blood. I'm just gonna put my hand on it. And
You monster.
so
Next, damn it!
so sorry. I need to go to bed.
Okay.
Okay, go take
Um,
the prizes room. boys.
Actually, hold on a second. So, as you say, I am so sorry. And you reach out and you go to like touch its chest as a form of apology, and you see a small spark leap from the center of your hand into it, and you feel a similar feeling to when you heal and use your lay on hands. And you see the eyes start to glow.
Does anybody have any healing? Like at all? Like even just a little bit? Healing?
I can help with that. And then this
No, please.
stout dwarf in full plate armor with a giant hammer on his back comes up, and he lays his hand against it, and then he's like, I suppose let's try. And he just you see his hands and eyes glow with at first it's like this like red fiery anger, but it just kind of evolves into like this golden glow, and then you see the eyes of the robot do the same thing, and it blinks and Turns to like. It was dark for a second. Uza, you hear your own voice come out of the Warforged. What? Hold.
What's
wait.
your name?
Your name.
I don't like this.
You don't get it. Not. I didn't like it first.
Barbaro, shut up!
Huh? Fine.
Let's go.
Tell him.
No, he is telling me.
Am I still in the room?
No, you're already down the stairs.
God.
Okay.
What's a bet?
I'm actually gonna get on the sending stone and be like, Visair, magic things are happening, and I'm scared.
You're close enough to hear that.
Oh, what possibly could happen?
It's me, but he's metal and a dwarf.
Great, tell him that. Bye.
You see him. He's like, wings. Where are they? You stole them. Did you steal my body? Give me my body.
Barbaro,
Nope.
shut up!
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm talking here.
Okay, Blood Bro.
Hey.
Tell him.
Hey, no, stop! I'm telling both of you.
Fine.
Shush!
Fine.
Sorry, Dan.
Sorry, let's go.
Damn right. All right. And I point at Robo Bird Bro. How much do you remember?
What?
How much do you remember?
Well, I remember we were planning on attacking the keep in the morning, and I was all excited. I was going to talk to Klanik.
Okay, so you have every memory until this morning,
Isn't
and
it?
now you just woke up, correct?
Yeah, it's this morning, and where are we? What is this place?
Okay,
What did you do?
Stop! I need you to stop, and I need you to not freak out.
He's
Okay.
gonna freak out.
First off, I'm
Okay.
gonna hug you.
Okay.
I'm
Big
gonna-
gentle
I'm
hug.
gonna- It's gentle yet firm at the same time. That way, if
Okay.
he tries to escape, I have him.
Okay.
I just got the idea of a big hug.
And it's-
Yes, kind of.
It's a
And-
beard hug.
Yeah, that's what I
And then
thought
I'm
of too.
going to turn him physically so he sees the other constructs.
Oh, what are those?
You're one of those.
What? No, I'm Uza. I'm a bird.
Okay,
Bro.
remember the colors
I know. Yeah,
in the sky?
yeah.
So those are like
The Zealer Kim. I'm gonna show Klanik later. I'm gonna
Okay,
fly
okay,
him.
hold
He's
on.
gonna have such a good time. It's gonna be great.
stop. I'm the one talking here.
Okay.
Stop. Those are apparently copying memories,
Uh huh.
effectively when people sleep by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to turn him gently back so he could actually see the real Uza.
So it copied me.
Yes, it did. But you're
you're
the
the-
copy.
No.
copy.
No.
Yep.
No.
Hey,
No.
Barbaro, shut up!
Sorry.
Fine.
And I look at the Robo one. We'll make you some wings.
Okay.
We can
But
talk to Gimsick about that.
wait.
And you have a cool robot body that could take probably way more damage now.
And he looks down. He's like, and he looks at you, Uza, dead in the eye. Secrets. Tell me one.
Our brother we thought was dead, but he's really not. He's hanging out with Akati.
You know, Akari. What?
Yeah, and I'm gonna open the leather to show the mark.
And you see he goes and he goes to like grab his chest, and you see right where he's looking, there's the mark of Akati in the same place, right where your hand touched.
Well, Akati's got one more, right? That's good.
Wait. So you think are they all like? And he points to the Akati symbol on
I'm
his
still
chest.
holding him. He can't really point that well.
Oh, sorry. He's kind of like. Do they all have the?
No, they're dwarves.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
I'm
God,
gonna slowly turn him so he can see both oyster lugs, just like drinking and chatting.
Oh.
Yeah, they're the same.
Okay. So
Don't freak
I'm
out. You're good.
not. Then who is? And why am? What? What do I do?
We're gonna figure that out. Calm down.
Question.
Calm down.
Uh-huh.
Again, stop. We're gonna make you some wings so you can fly about.
Okay. Okay.
And then, you know what you probably can do?
Hmm.
Help this place not be a shithole.
I can still help. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have a mission. Akali. But are you?
Hey.
Akani's gonna need an emissary here.
Oh. But that, I was supposed to, I don't get to, so I have to, oh.
You don't have to do anything right now.
Yeah,
No,
you
but-
don't have to do shit.
We just need to figure this out.
Okay. So I can't have the, and he points at Usa, because that's, and
We're gonna work. I gotta go
mean-
get Gimzik because
This
he's not. Oh shit! I gotta get Gimzik before.
Yeah, I'm
he
gonna
gets-
slowly let Robo Uza
Yeah.
go.
yeah, so it's just this is a nightmare, because fighting gods of nightmares, that's all that's happening. I'm gonna wake up here in a second, and his eyes, you see like this is his eyes blinking on and off as he's clearly blinking away non-existent tears. He's like, no, I'm just gonna wake up any second. This is a nightmare, and that's what they
Look, I'm
do.
not gonna lie to
They're
you,
scary.
It is a fucking nightmare.
Oh, thank God. Okay, good.
But it's one in reality.
No.
It's a waking nightmare.
No. And he looks
Okay,
back at
okay.
you, Uza, and he's
Bird
like,
Brush,
Hey.
come here, and I'm
Hey.
gonna shuffle them off to go talk.
okay.
I'm gonna look him dead in the eye. Look, it sucks, but we've been through worse, right? And
Yeah,
it's temporary.
yeah. I mean,
It's temporary.
yeah. You're right. It's not like the dark times. It's not like,
Yeah.
and
You can go outside. You can talk. We can talk to people.
yeah,
Still,
we can speak.
We'll get you some wings built.
Gonna fly. Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
Hey,
But
seriously, this place could probably really use like a priest of Akadi.
oh.
Like you can run a temple. You could just have people put money on a plate for you. You don't even gotta take it anymore.
And then I could send it to you, and he points to you, Uza, to recruit our Kokra.
Or you could recruit any
Yes.
Aracroca that come by.
Yes.
Or you can
made-
feed
Because
Claddock
Kern's
and
gonna
some
be
of those
like
kids.
not racist
Claddock.
anymore.
I can become part of Claddock's clan.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay. And he's he seems to be like just like
Okay.
a small loop, and he's just while he's thinking, he's like,
That loop of justifying shit to yourself.
yep. And then
Son of a bitch.
what did we do today? So my memory's complete. What did
Yeah,
you do
we
today?
need to
What
talk
did
about
you do
this.
today?
I'm gonna go ask other robots who the fuck they are.
Perfect. Okay.
So, I give him the Uza version of the rundown of the day.
No, we got the hat. We got the hat.
We got
that hat.
we
so
got the
bad.
hat. The hat's so cool. I'm gonna see
So
if we
cool.
can, maybe we can get you a metal hat
Can I have it?
built. That does
Can I have it so I can look
No,
like?
I lost it.
No, you didn't. I would never lose
Yeah.
that.
Yep, it's the worm people took it.
He sticks out his hand,
It's,
and
you can
he
thank that guy.
gives you one of these.
I don't.
Now, come on.
Lindsay's. You're borrowing it
I borrow it. I will borrow it. Please,
until tomorrow.
till tomorrow.
I turn around and I
Alright.
give them both the stink eye.
We should sleep on this. We're gonna sleep on this. We're gonna figure it out tomorrow.
No.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
wait. Let me borrow for a second. Let me borrow for a second.
Boys. I turn around and I walk back over to them.
No, I just wanted
Love those,
to.
man.
Boys,
Yeah.
you can't share the hat. Nobody gets the hat.
No, but I can look like myself.
Yes, later. Not right now. We need to figure shit out.
Deadpool, you're breaking my heart, Ty. God damn it.
Sorry. This was only.
Tessa's over here laughing because she's like, "This is Brandon being a dad." Jesus Christ.
This was
God.
this was a 5% chance of happening. I want you to know that.
Oh my god.
Dying! Oh my god!
So
Don't make me take the hat.
fine. Okay, fine.
I'm gonna be such a shit mother.
It's okay.
I'm just gonna be
just gonna be like, "You're not helping, dear," and then I'm just gonna start snorting.
You're already not helping, dear. Got her.
Fantastic.
Got her. Got the snort and everything.
God damn it. I never thought this one would actually... Every time I plan something, I'm like, nah.
Alright, I'm going back to talk to the other robots now.
Perfect, okay.
Boys! Don't make me
Sorry.
come back over here.
Sorry. Sorry. Wait, I don't have anything.
I'm gonna give him. Oh shit! I got someone's stuff. Hold on. I'm gonna give him 2 stone daggers. I'm gonna
Ooh.
give him.
Ooh, the drawing of the girlfriend.
Oh yeah, I can give him the original because I have the copy made.
And so as he takes the daggers, like, these are cool. And he kind of like, he's looking at him, and then when you hand him the original, he like takes a second, he's like, oh. And he looks at you. You have the copy though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, this is so cool!
Yeah.
And I pull out the thing and it's look, and it just twists and it just keeps going.
I know, I was...
That's right.
I remember that.
Yeah.
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 Got a fidget
It's-
spinner.
Don't tell Gimsit.
No? Well, yeah, no, of course not.
Yeah, because I don't think he knows I have it.
But he doesn't know, right?
No, I'm like 93.5% sure he doesn't know.
You know what? I was going to say that exact same number.
Yeah, it's a good number.
Great number.
It's a certain number, great number. Oh, and here, and I pour out like half a bag of ball bearings, and now I have 500 of those.
Okay. So Markov, everything that you give Tuza,
Oh god.
Robots next. Let's go.
God damn it.
and
Son of a bitch.
yeah.
I'm gonna give him 2 bombs.
Okay. Just mark it off and then send me a note.
Yeah.
An
okay.
email with everything that you
Okay.
exchange. All right. So back to Bloodscale. So going down, the next one. You're going to the next one, right? I'm so sorry. Are you gonna go through all of them one by one? You're muted, but I'm hearing you on Jess's.
Everybody get in line. Robots in line.
I think then they kind of all step forward, and a lot of them are looking down at their body and.
Everything will be explained. I promise.
Perfect. All right,
Chill.
so, for expediency's sake, you find a Gertelaine Noblehorn, the woman who was exploded or just in a fountain of blood. You find Gertelaine.
For her, I go. It's a good thing you don't remember it. But heads up, I'm sorry.
Right. Well, I'm sure it's fine. Nothing can't be solved with a good day of drink and song, right?
Yeah, and you can still drink, so everything's fine.
Could be worse. What are you sorry for?
We will explain later.
You will. And then
Next.
the next one is a captain of a ship. He introduces himself as Farnir Goldhammer. He seems to have he brags about being one of the only people that the hobgoblins will deal with.
What ship?
The Goldhammer, of course.
What did you do?
I was the captain.
No, what did the ship do?
Well, the ship did. We traded. We went and
Were you
we
the whalers?
No. We mainly deal in
Okay, you're fine.
exotic
I like
weaponry
you.
and all right then. I like to be liked. Whalers on my moon. No, sorry. All right, and then next is oh my god, let me pull it up here. Is there?
I'm also asking, what was the date of the last day they remember?
And everybody has the same answer. Is that morning?
Even the ship captain?
The ship captain as well. They docked and they pulled in dock late last night. And
Because that'd be weird if he was like a week behind because the ship.
Yeah. One of them is a duplicate of Vokir Runecloak, the old ledger master who keeps all of the records and everything. He's like, well, I suppose that I don't even have a form for this. This is all very
No, you have a form for this back at the office.
Well, I'll create a new form. We'll have to figure out what to classify me. Am I a person?
You're a citizen of Kern.
Oh yes, but no, not so much a citizen, but am I a construct? Not that I'm discounting my own. I'm clearly some sort of being
Okay.
that has a.
As long as you understand that you're still a citizen, everything's fine.
All
Next.
right, next one is pull it up here. She introduces herself as Nara. She seems to be much younger than everybody else. She describes herself as like an 8-year-old dwarvish girl. Who's like, why am I so big now? This is not right. It's not fair.
Trust me, you're gonna have a lot of fun.
I like fun.
Yeah, you'll be okay. I promise.
Okay. What's your name, big person?
Let's go. Nice
Let's go. I'm Nara, and I want to go home now.
I bring one of the lovely guards over.
Oh, hey, hello, Nara, dear. Don't worry, we'll get you home as soon as we can. For now, and he kind of like he thinks for a second. Oh, and he kind of reaches in. There's like this side pouch that you see all guards have, like a pouch like this, and he reaches in, he pulls out like this little stuffed bear, and he's like, a little owl bear for you, and he kind of gives her this stuffed owl bear. Oh, I like owl bears. This is fantastic. You toys, and she kind of like sits, legs splayed, in a full adult metal body.
That's fine. I don't care. We've occupied the child, and she's not gonna fucking go on a rant. Let's go. This is perfect.
And the next person is actually a copy of Bardrin, Bristlechin. He's like, all right, so I get what's going on. It's Bristlechin. All of them.
Bristlechin come up with us?
Yeah, he and as he speaks, the Bardrin Alpha
Bardrin
Prime makes his way over, and he's like, and he nods, and the other one nods. He's like, so I overheard the bird in there. That's us, right? That's right. But I have a feeling you'll just help me do less paperwork, and I'll help you do less paperwork. So I think we can get along. That sounds like a plan to me. Although,
and you know you'll always have a competent guard captain on shift.
Well, I figure with what's in Bardrin the Alpha, he's like, well, with everything that's happened, I think I'll probably take over the Royal Guard, and you can continue to manage the Gate Guard. I'll tell you exactly why later. It's pretty wild. And, so he makes his way over, and then let's see.
Love it when a plan comes together.
One describes herself as Glorithuna Dragonspine. She is the tobacco master who had Malazar as her pet champion, the seemingly transforming hobgoblin that you fought.
I like your name. I know a druid and a rat man that would probably like to talk to you.
Oh, I'd like to talk to them. So what I'm hearing is, you know what? That's fine. I hate my job anyway.
I'm pretty sure that we could just introduce you to you.
Oh, trust me, we'll get along fine. The only fight is who's gonna stay and work for this fucking people.
Fucking look, you're probably gonna have to take shifts. It's the only way that it's gonna like pan out nicely. But you'll have a bunch more free time.
Maybe. Then she kind of like shrugs off, and you go and going through the rest are just various citizens that you haven't been introduced to yet. They just seem like one is this very old man. He's like, I thought I was going to die tomorrow, but I guess it's another day on this planet for me. And
for you it might be a long time. We'll figure that one out later.
And then one is just a miner who's like,
But I know the miner because I work in the mines.
Yeah, you recognize him, and he's like, I fell asleep trapped from a cave-in and woke up here.
Cave-in? No.
And then and that's pretty much everybody that you talk to.
I nudged one of the normal guards and be like, hey,
I heard, I'm on it. And then he motions to Oysterlug, and Oysterlug nods, and they head out.
Cool. Alright. That's like 3 of the things I wanted to do. Finished. Right. I'm going back downstairs.
Perfect.
Before we head out, I'm going to, I'll send you the list of shit that I give to Tuza, which is a lot. I'm also gonna tell him where the treasury is, and tell him that there's probably nobody looking around down there because everybody's dealing with these metal men at the moment.
Oh, shiny. So
Right?
you...
Just like, well, the treasure came alive and tried to kill us, so be careful of that.
Oh, well, okay.
But I'm pretty sure we killed it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I killed it. Fluffernutter.
of course we did. Fluffernutter worked?
Fluffernutter worked.
Yes.
Bloodscale just hears in the distance Fluffernutter. He's like, Fluffernutter!
Fluffernutter!
Fluffernutter! You hear in
I like
chorus.
this.
This is
Okay.
going to be terrible for everyone.
I'm gonna go pick up Fendrick
Perfect. Okay.
physically.
Okay, you pick him up and you're like, oh, little warning next
We're just
time.
going downstairs.
Oh.
And I don't want to make you run.
Oh, thank you. Small legs and all.
Yeah.
Even the king strapped to that table over there.
There's a bunch of guards still up here.
Okay.
Wrestle Ched.
Aye.
Works for me.
You know, keep an eye on Kingy.
Aye. No, yeah, we'll post a bunch of guards up here and I'll take a personal shift. And he kind of moves over to the room and he like crosses his arm and stares at this.
If Rash shows up, tell him we need to talk to him before he does anything.
Aye. Sure, I can do that.
Thank you. You might not be. Look, if he goes,
Oh, I'm
don't
not.
risk
I
yourself.
would not stand a chance. No, I saw what he did earlier.
Okay. So, good man.
He just nods.
Uza.
Yes.
No, you're Tuza.
No, Tuza. You're. Oh.
Tuza, you're Tuza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wanza.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
sure you guys
yeah.
have figured out some sort of nonsensical mischief.
No,
No. Never.
not at all.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
Flesh Uza.
Yeah.
Fluja. No.
Go
No,
tell the
that's-
guy that we. Can you go get the guy that we left, like way up by those crystals?
Oh yeah, I should probably do that. I'm gonna go get Gimzik. And we're
Gimzik.
gonna build you those wings.
Ooh. Oh, he'll know exactly how to do that.
Right?
God, we're
Metal
awesome.
And not
And
squishy.
we should probably not leave him up there all night.
No, I should probably go take care of that. We gotta show Shenoff that place. It's fucking-
Shanoth would love that.
Right?
Who's Shanoth?
He's
Yeah. You wouldn't
he's a
know.
tall guy and he's got tattoos, but they're like it's pretty, right? Like I figured like he's cool.
Oh.
He decapitated the king before we
He's a
Oh.
before we
Oh.
before
Okay.
we put him in the metal body over there.
Cool.
He's tall.
Tall.
Okay, so break.
And then, all right. So you guys start heading back down the stairs, and you do hear like these multiple dwarvish conversations just going on as you hear these folks being described about their new lives.
While
And
we go down, I'm keeping an extra special eye out just in case. We have a shadowy goblin that could just be running up the stairs.
okay.
any
Go
moment.
ahead and make a perception check at advantage because you're in a narrow stairway that's lit by the Zealer Akim that are carved into it.
Take a 19.
Perfect. 19. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm heading down with Bloodscale, but I'm not really too concerned if he rushes by.
All right. And then Tuza starts to follow you, and then he's like, and he stops at the door, and should I? Because
Well,
of
I
the.
mean,
Stay.
Yeah, at least come back when you're done hitting up the treasury.
He
Just,
nods.
You know, stay here.
I don't care.
Let's go. You see the metal construct nod, and one of his eyes blink out and blink back in as he winks.
As long as we get a cut, I honestly don't give a shit. Maybe as Bloodscale says that out loud and just keeps going.
I'm sorry, what? And then like
Blood Bro, man, he's always cool.
Fendrick is like, what's going on? Too much work
got
today.
Don't worry
Don't worry,
about it,
we're-
Fanny.
Oh, okay, all right.
We're gonna get you a bed.
Beds are fantastic. I am quite
You can get a
exhausted.
small person and then get bed.
Yes. Another one. Perfect. And then so you guys make your way down, and about this time it's starting to feel pretty.
Actually, Fendrick, can you make people fly again?
Oh, let me see. And he starts kind of. He pops open his book of spells, and he's kind of like flipping through it, and he's like, "Where is this stupid fucking? Why do I have this many notes? This is ridiculous." Here we go. All right. And then
Spell slot to make at least one other person fly. It's fine.
Perfect. Yeah, and then so he's like, "Oh yes," and he pulls out the wand, and then he touches it to his head.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. No, of course not. That would be ridiculous.
Because you're small enough that Uza
Mm-hmm.
I can carry you.
Oh.
get up there, and then you can make Gimzik fly.
Oh.
That way Uza doesn't have to carry him.
Perfect.
Because
Well,
you're lighter than he was.
yes.
Both gnomes?
One's a
One's
gnome, one's a
one's
halfling.
dwarf.
Gimzik's not a dwarf.
No,
Uh,
then I don't
Gimzik's-
know.
Gimzek's a
Yeah, you're
nose,
right.
a gnome, and Fendrick's a halfling.
Then the gnome's
Or
probably
no,
easier to carry. So
swap
never
that.
mind, Fen.
Swap
Fine.
that. I apologize.
Fenric's the
Whichever
halfling,
one
right?
makes
Because
it.
he's got halfling luck.
Yes, yeah. Fendrick's the half. No, it's the rock gnome luck.
Yeah.
No, he's a stout
Whichever one
halfling,
makes it
stout
easier
halfling.
For,
Yes, the others.
everyone makes it easier for Uza to fly people down.
Perfect. Okay. Actually, he should be able to carry Gimzek quite easily. He's a small fellow.
That's fine. I'm tired too.
Yeah, yeah. Gimzek's the rock
To the
gnome.
downstairs.
Perfect. All right, so you all head downstairs, and then each of you, a guard kind of like meets you and nods. And so they told us that you'd be looking for rooms and to take you to the counselor's rooms, as you need a great night's sleep. And they kind of like,
So when Uza gets back,
aye,
send him to a room.
aye.
I'm gonna land in the throne room because the skylight.
When
So
get Fendrick here a room.
Aye, and so they
Assuming everybody else got rooms.
yep,
Gimzik's
yeah,
gonna
everybody
need
else.
a room.
We'll prepare one for him, not a problem.
I'm assuming that a bunch of these tokens are not here anymore.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
put
These
my
are
stuff
just
where I need to
this is
be.
just getting the right map and everything for you.
I'm going to plop down on these steps,
Okay. And
and I may pass out, but I'm waiting here for Rash.
okay, so you sit there, and then you see Claddock still sitting on the throne, kicking his feet.
Having a good
Nobody's
time?
removed him. You know, after so long without having to, that was the wrong voice. You know, with so long being under the foot, it's nice to look about and realize that it's just a chair. And he kind of like slaps the armchair. Just a chair.
Well, as long as you're quiet, I'm not gonna move you.
And you notice as he's sitting there, the crystal behind him that had been shaping colors, you see as he sits and he kind of leans forward, it starts to glow just like a little silver. You just see this spark of silver just flash through it.
Just careful with that gemstone there, Claddock. They suck people's souls in.
It's fine.
You might have a metal version of yourself upstairs.
Oh.
I'm gonna go get my gnome buddy.
It's
Sure.
I
fine.
carry two gnomes. Carry two gnomes.
What's your
You don't have to
style?
carry Fendrick at this point.
No, Fendrick's like, I'm gonna go sleep. It's cool.
No, I'm talking about Claddock.
Claddock?
'Cause I wanna-
Oh yeah, Claddock is super old and pretty light. That shouldn't be a problem.
So I could carry both of them back.
Yeah. Claddock is so old. He only weighs like 40 pounds total.
Oh my gosh, poor.
Yeah,
I
he's
was,
know
just,
what?
I
I'm
was
gonna-
gonna let him sit in the throne and have a good fucking
Yeah,
time.
we're gonna. You know, never mind. I'm gonna make it more worthwhile than just an errand.
perfect. Okay, so you take off and towards the seat of the Zealer Akeem, and the blood scale. You're shown to the same. These
Nope, I'm sitting
Oh
on
no, you're sitting on the stairs. The rest of you haven't been shown to these large plush rooms. They are amazing. There is like they are the few things that have these rugs that cover the entire floor, and the rugs, you're not sure what they're made out of, but it's some sort of like animal fur that is super soft, and there seems to be like a few layers of it, so it actually squishes as you walk through, and then you lay down, and it is a full down bed stuffed with really fine, really large feathers. Looking at like you, Zephyr, you pull one up and you look at it, and you're like, this is an owl bear feather. These are pretty difficult compared to most feathers to harvest. And then, but it makes for this wonderfully soft bed, and both of you find sleep within minutes of laying down. And then making your way to the Zealer Akeem, Uza, so you see, I'm just gonna leave everybody's tokens so they can see, but you do see Gimzek. He's still holding he's sitting on top of the copper pot, and you see he's just sitting there. He's like, he looks at you as you come in. He's like, I do think that it is out of magic at this point, but I did my best. I assume things went well since you're here, not to leave me to die.
Everything went horribly wrong. The king has taken over the city. There are metalmen everywhere. All your I'm just kidding. Fuck you. We won.
You see, he goes like away.
Super.
Not funny. The worst joke ever. That is not. You are.
I know,
You are
it's
not.
horrible.
That is
I
not.
was gonna go on to tell you that there were all these metal men walking around impersonating people.
You know, if you are to apprentice with me, you are to never lie to me again, and jokes have to be funny.
Fair enough. Let me start by saying the metal men part is true.
The metal men. Wait.
There's metal like dwarves. They were copying memories from people. I met myself. Really awkward.
You mean
not really a fan.
My mechanical butlers are a thing of reality?
Mechanical butlers?
Well, that's what they were supposed to be. They were supposed to be assistants to craftmasters.
They're more like soldiers.
Oh.
Yeah, like
How
armor.
disgusting.
Metal beards.
Who would take something that could expand the ideas and assist those in the crafts to discover things yet unseen and turn it into a soldier? That is disgusting. That is horrible.
Dick move, right?
Yes. Are they functional?
Well, yeah, but like really, it's really awkward.
Okay.
I met me.
You met you? What do you mean you met you? You don't know you?
They copied me.
Oh.
And like, yeah, I gave him a bunch of stuff, but you're gonna have to build him wings, because like the whole not flying thing is a huge fucking deal for me, and probably him, because he's me.
Wings? Well, I suppose we could. How heavy is he? He's made of metal. Never mind, that wouldn't make any. So actually, we wouldn't have. We'd have to bypass anything mechanical. But I do believe if we did something similar to this, where we inscribed a spell inside of his wings, as long as we had some sort of power source that we could connect into at a daily basis, maybe a recharging station of some sort that we could recharge the spell of flight itself. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
I mean, I could help you make his bones hollow if that would help.
That would not help. But you still have an interest in tinkering.
Oh, very much so, yes, and especially since I'm gonna really want to help make Tuza's wings. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, are these rock things gonna come out and try to murder us?
They seem docile now.
Here. Cool. Did they talk to you at all before?
These? They don't speak. No.
After we left?
No, of course not. It's weird though.
Okay. Hey guys, I will be taking my small friend, but bringing another small friend who's old, and I'm gonna make the gesture like a beard, like a very long beard. Old, probably tomorrow morning. Old. And I speak many languages. People, we should go. I need to sleep.
Oh, very well. And he pulls up the copper pot and he's looking at it. And as he pulls it up, you see the rim of it. It seems like everywhere there was an etching is kind of burnt, and it looks like the top of it is melted a little bit. And he picks up. Ooh. Well, at least it worked while it worked. And he kind of like, he just kind of like holds it. I mean, snakes would definitely fit in here. So do you want me to climb on your back? Are you just gonna hold me?
Yeah, just go ahead and like sit on the backpack, because I lost a toenail and I don't want to drop you from this far up.
No,
I was trying to pull out the king's.
Do not drop
the king's eye.
Oh, ooh.
And I lost a talon. It kind of hurt.
You'll
Pro tip: don't let a monk and a barbarian pull on you.
Well, that seems a horrible idea, which I would never engage in, but I will make a note. And he kind of like, as he's saying this, he climbs up onto your backpack, and he's like holding the copper pot, and for a second he rests on your head while he's not thinking, oh, sorry, and he kind of like pulls it back up, and he's just holding it above your head.
Don't do well with helmets, but thank you.
Sorry.
I'm gonna turn around and about to leave. Remember, me plus him, but old tomorrow. Bye. I'm just gonna awkwardly wave to them as I
perfect.
bowing.
And as you fly back, it takes a bit. It's a few miles and everything, but as you're flying, you see the clock tower below you, and it seems that the rings are moving towards near the end of the day at this point. You get the idea that, and you're exhausted. It feels like you've been up forever. And as soon as you land, looking around, it's getting to be what you would suspect is around nighttime, even without the sun. You're just like beat to hell.
So sleepy. Oh, we're gonna be able to sleep in advisors' chambers.
Oh.
Really cush shit. Yeah.
Well, all right. I've never done that before, and I suppose being a guild master, it's not too much out of the ordinary. I
wave.
Oh, hello, Bloodscale. I assume I was told we achieved victory. And
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed. Are you injured or tired at all?
I'm injured as fuck.
And
And very tired, but I still have a job.
Oh, well, would be. And he kind of goes over and he starts looking. He's like, "Oh my God, you are quite injured." And then he kind of hands you a greater healing potion. That should help a little.
Fucking holding out.
Well, I didn't know how long I would be safe there. I just precautions.
I will take this. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Of course, and thank you for making Kern safe and comfortable for people like me. And I think you might have given me my life back. Appreciate it.
It's
Thank you, both of
possible,
you.
but let's make sure of that first.
Of course, yes. For now, hopefully the most comfortable night's sleep I've ever had.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go check the hallway real quick for Rash, and then I'm gonna go to bed too. And I'm gonna go over to the treasury and quote unquote check for Rash.
Perfect. All right.
How long did it take for them to fly out and back?
Out and back about 2 hours, and it was about 2 hours.
I would have taken a short rest during this time.
Yep, you can mark a short rest and take any healing from it.
Oh, I will, motherfucker. I will.
Perfect. Okay, and so
Still just gonna sit here.
perfect. And you said you're inspecting the treasury.
Yeah, I'm gonna quote unquote look for Rash, but really I'm just gonna grab some more platinum.
Okay. Sleight of hand check.
Yep.
Because there are a few guards in there, not a ton. There's like 4 guards for that entire giant room. Yeah, buddy. You managed to pocket about, let's see, about 12 more platinum, being super casual about it, and also running out of spot. Also running out of spots in your pocket. You're running out of room in your pockets right now.
To be fair, I gave a lot of shit to Tuzo.
But most of your pockets are filled with gold. Did you give him gold or platinum?
No.
That's the main thing filling your pockets, because the rest of your stuff is hanging on you in your backpack. So that you run out with a decent amount. So before you head to bed. All right.
Then I'm gonna go to bed.
Perfect. And you head to bed. And then Bloodscale, as you sit in the silence, go ahead and make a perception check.
First things first.
Arthur. Come. Leave him alone.
Yeah, Mina.
Love it.
Arthur.
Perfect.
Thank you. Hit dice.
Hit dice are important.
Me and 19s for perception. Jesus
Damn,
Christ.
Still pretty good. And so as you're sitting there, like Claddock.
Also, like every 15 minutes, I'm just like, Rash, we need to talk.
You just say that out loud?
Yep.
Okay. And
like
then
normal voice level. I don't care who's listening.
Eventually, Claddock makes his way down and he sits next to you. He's like, who is? You say Rash? Are you being rash? Are you finding a rash? Who you need to talk to?
Fuck it, I'll tell you. I don't care. Old Spy Master.
Why?
He has a vendetta, and he needs to be aware of some things before he goes off on it.
Oh. Okay.
And it's not that he's wrong to have a vendetta. And it's not that he's wrong to act on it. He just needs to know everything that's going on to make a well-informed decision before he does.
Very well. well, good luck waiting for your friend. I'll go ahead and suppose it's time for me to leave. As no one has stopped me, but I feel maybe a little intrusive. And he kind of makes his way out, and then you're just sitting there.
You choose. You have that right as a current citizen at the moment.
Which is a nice change of pace. This is long after you've gone to bed.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Right, and then
Well, would I have walked past Cladic on my way to bed?
yeah, you can walk.
I would have
past him.
slipped him the 12 platinum that I just picked up.
Or if it's secretly or just handing.
Just handed it to him.
Oh, oh, thank you. Thank you very
Your help.
much.
I'll see you tomorrow morning.
I'll see you tomorrow, my boy. He kind of smiles at you, a little farther away than usual, and he kind of nods and makes his way. He just, all right, for you, he just sits there and kind of keeps enjoying the throne. And then after about, you sit there for a good 4 hours. There's just 2 dwarves at the top of the stairs guarding the throne.
So you know, Bloodscale is gonna fight off sleep.
Sure, yeah, I figured.
I will take the point of exhaustion. I don't give a shit. He's fighting. Off
Well, you guys started the fight really early, so it'd be around like 10 o'clock that night. When you
Just letting
finally,
you
you say Rash's name, and then next to you feel just somebody tap you on the leg.
Ah. Oh hi.
So, why is everyone looking for me?
I don't recall everyone looking. Most people went to bed.
Well, I heard somebody looking, said they were going to go check for Rash, and I decided I'd hang out and find out why, but then everybody went to bed.
Yeah, there's stuff.
Stuff.
Going on.
I mean, that's what happens, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm not sure if you're going to be happy or mad.
Okay. About what?
I will reach into the bag of holding and I will pull out an ice block that has worms in it.
Ugh. There's still more of those fucking things. All right, well, I suppose we have to hunt those down and kill them too, huh?
No, a lot of them like did this weird dissolving trick. These are here because they're in ice.
Oh, weird. Okay, so, what, do you want to kill them?
I'm gonna give them to, I don't know, one of the guild masters who's good with, I don't know, figuring shit out.
All right.
So that can be figured out.
Don't feel too mad about that.
I don't know if you remember, as you were stabbing the corpse of the king.
Yeah.
But you were stabbing a bunch of these.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
So there's been some new developments since you left.
Okay.
The king isn't a robot.
I'm sorry, you want to run that by me one more time?
See, I wanted to give you the short version before I give you the long version.
Right, yeah, no, that might be a little too short of a version.
We ripped out that eye, the gem
Okay.
eye.
Yeah.
I hate magic. Yeah, the king. There was a king inside of it.
Yeah, okay, so I remember somebody told me to go find some sort of healing for that, for the gem. I remember that part. And,
Yeah. So we actually managed to get a bunch of healing,
okay.
and we dumped all the healing inside of the gem. Gem got really big and kind of like crumbled, exploded. I mean,
All right.
and out was the king with one eye.
Okay. So,
So he told
Where
us
is
what
he?
the fuck was. Hold on. I promise I will take you to him. But you have
Hey.
to listen.
when you say that, he stares you dead in the eye and like, shake on it now. He sticks out his hand.
Shake his fucking hand.
'Kay.
Man to man.
Yeah.
Now, also, fair heads up, I'm not the smartest of the group.
Okay.
I'm the most stubborn of the group, though. Well, I don't know, maybe Zephyr's more stubborn, I'm not sure.
You know, that's a trait I appreciate. Tenacity.
Saying that because I'm his wife, you fucker.
No, I'm saying it because you demanded to take over the pit fights.
You know.
Well, that too.
Like you do.
I'm being legitimate here. Fuck off. Not so fair. Fuck yourself.
Hell yeah.
Guys, both can be true. It's totally fine.
Don't clue her in.
Oh man, fantastic.
So the king went on this rant about how the Duergar came to him and delivered him a vision
Mm-hmm.
and fucking
Deliver?
had
How
that
do you
crystal
deliver
on
a
him.
crystal?
I don't know the fucking exact details. I'm trying to give you what I know. I was kind of hanging out by the doorway while he was doing this,
All right. Okay.
watching for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
'Cause
Why?
I thought you would live up to your name.
My name Rashildalin.
Rash.
Okay.
Duergar gave him that weird gem that then became his eyeball, and it kind of fucked with him.
Okay.
He kind of killed his dad.
Oh. Okay, that makes kind of
And-
sense.
In that state, yeah, he did exactly what you think he did.
So he is responsible.
Physically, however, mentally, that's much weirder. So let me finish.
And like you see,
'Cause
in
it's
his
gonna
hands,
get weird.
he's already started to spin a dagger. You didn't even see him pull.
Well, that's okay. In my left hand, I'm spinning my axe around. It's fine.
Perfect.
This is what we've been doing. It's two boys just spinning their weapons because shit's weird.
All right.
He got pulled into that gem.
I'm sorry.
It corrupted him both physically and mentally.
Oh.
The gem's fucking gone now.
Before or
You think it-
after?
He thinks it was some spirit of a long dead Duergar king that was sucked into the glowy crystals
Sure.
because, and I literally start pulling crystals out of my bag because I have a bunch.
Oh,
If
shit.
you look really closely, you can see people in there.
I'm sorry. Why did you? I can. And he takes one and he starts looking at it. He's like, "Holy shit! What the? What?
Want to know what these are?
Yes.
I figured it out. Because you know our bird?
Yeah.
There's a robot of him too
Oh, that's weird.
that remembers everything up until it went to bed last night.
God, one of him's enough. Why would you ever want two?
I don't. That's not my choice.
All right.
He's fine to me, but I mean that's not my choice. He remembers everything up until he went to bed last night as the robot.
Interesting. And
You know the Blastmaster?
yeah.
There's a robot of him up there too.
And is he alive as well, Oyster Lug?
Yes.
All right then.
Bristlechin?
what the
That's his name, right?
Yeah, Bydrum.
Yeah, he's up there too, as also a robot, and he's still alive.
What the shit?
They all have memories up until they woke up this morning.
Okay,
As
so
robots.
they're essentially themselves.
Yes.
So he was essentially himself.
The king? No.
No.
The king was these weird worms.
Hmm.
The king was stuck in the crystal. The king was actually trying to get the fuck out.
Before or after?
When he got... That's... After it started corrupting him.
But before he was trapped in there.
Possibly. Like I said, I was over there. I didn't hear everything. Here's what I want you to know.
Yeah.
Even though the king isn't a robot,
Yeah.
trial.
Trial?
Well, he did commit regicide, didn't he?
I mean, who gives the fuck about...
Hey,
But...
he's wronged more than you here. And
Exactly.
I understand.
I can solve everybody's vengeance and my own. Just let me...
I'm
my
going to
thing.
pick up my axe and show him the fucking eyeball.
The fuck? And as you get closer, the eyeball starts to go nuts.
See this motherfucker right here?
Yeah?
Wanna know what happened the last time I fucking used it for vengeance?
Sure.
I grew to about twice my size. And became fucking mindless.
What do you mean mindless?
I almost eviscerated Zephyr to get
What
to
the-
my fucking target.
What the hell?
Now this axe is weird, don't get me wrong.
Yeah?
But the guy, he was a demon. Not a dwarf, not a robot. He was a fucking demon.
Did it,
He took away my fucking family too.
Oh. So you
wanna know
understand.
something fun?
What's that?
I knew I was gonna try to rip her in half.
Yeah?
I wouldn't have fucking done it.
What do you mean you wouldn't have done it? Vengeance. There has to be consequences. They have to pay for
I literally
this.
take my axe and I just throw it across the room.
Ting, 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 ting. What the hell? Why?
It doesn't have to be shit.
What? But didn't it just feel amazing when you got to
No.
have what you've been
No,
hunting for?
It fucking didn't. You know what happened immediately after I got my fucking shit done and my fucking brain started coming back?
What?
I didn't give a fuck.
What
the
about
weird black fucking goo of a demon?
what about the hole that's left
I
inside
still
of
have I still have one. It's not fucking gone. I still have one in my brain too. That's weirder. Shit's gone. Shit doesn't come back. You know
Well,
what may come back?
What's that?
Because a bunch of these weird fucking crystals have fucking people's memories in them. You actually have a fucking shot. It's gonna take a long fucking time to maybe, possibly find the right fucking crystals.
No. Hold on. Hold on. You said no. You said there's a please tell me that I know and I don't know. I know you're
This is
not
a fucking
meaning
guess.
it. You don't mean it, but you think there's actually a possibility. You're not just placating me so he can get some fucking trial with these people. These people who did nothing.
We have a fucking copy of our bird up there.
All right.
Who the fuck says there isn't a copy of your family somewhere so you can at least get something back?
All right. Well, if you make them listen, you let them know I want full access to whatever you found, and if I'm not there and not spending time there, then I'm spending my time planning or finding a way to kill him, so they better give me access. If there's even a chance, I am going to take it. It'll consume me, but I will give you a chance for a trial if you make it clear to them that I am not to be impeded.
At least at this point, you're going to be consumed by hope.
Hope is something I haven't had in so long that the flavor of it feels strange. It is mixed with despair and a lot right now. Where is it?
Well, at the very least, you have the hope. I kind of just have the rest.
Do you want to tell me about him?
What, my entire mercenary band that was actually my family?
Yeah.
The town that took me in because I was not inclined to shoot fucking fire from my hands? To be fair, my actual family's out there somewhere, and they weren't complete dicks. But I didn't fit in, so I never really cared about them. Let me tell you something else, though. You're in this weird shut-off world by yourself, even though you had people down in that fucking base with you.
Yeah.
Knock that shit the fuck off.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Did I not just explain to you how even when I got my vengeance, I was more worried about somebody else?
Yeah.
You find other people. Shit moves on. There's nothing wrong with really wanting the old people back. There's nothing wrong with trying to get them back. in any way you can if you have any sliver of a way to do so. If you just damn yourself off.
All right, all right,
It'll
all
be
right.
just
Okay,
what that
all
axe
right,
is.
all right, all right.
Fucking weapon.
That's something I promised I'd never become. And he takes his dagger and he like rolls it over his hand and then he hands it to you, pommel first. Give it to the bird. He'll make the best use of it.
Are you fucking sure about that?
I get things.
Not sure, but you know what? I did a new home. Doesn't.
I mean, you're not out of the group. You're not wrong. But, whew. I'll take it.
Just take it away from me before I think any harder on this.
I take it and I just plop it in the bag of holding, so it just poofs.
Right.
That
Right
way you can't try
shadow.
to grab it off of me.
Right shadow drinker, dagger if you want into the
So cool.
bag of holding. Well, all right then. I suppose it's a night of staring at the ceiling, pretending like I'm gonna sleep. Well, actually thinking.
Honestly, if you think you can fucking handle it, especially now that you don't have your fucking dagger, I'll walk your ass up there right now.
All right then. And then he like puts out his hand to help you up, even though he's a quarter of your size. Sorry, force of habit. Yes. And I guess
On the way up, I'll pat him on the shoulder, though.
and so as you like before you get to the stairs, he like pauses for a second. He pulls out a flask, and you see as he pops it open, he goes to drink it, and then he tosses it aside too and follows you up.
Probably a good call given the situation.
Yeah. And that's where we're gonna go ahead and end.
Sweet.
Well, hey, alright.
All right.
Fuck you, Ty.
Oh man,
Why?
I don't know.
I kind of railroaded that last 15 minutes, but it seemed useful.
No, that wasn't a railroad. There was a lot that I honestly.
I wasn't apologizing to you. I was apologizing to
Oh,
myself.
yeah, I
Oh,
didn't.
dude, no worries. Gotta
Yeah.
gotta wrap up storylines whenever you can, right?
Oh man, so man, you guys, you just fucking did not know how Rash was gonna end up. No fucking idea how any of this was gonna go. This was a really fun night. All like my notes for tonight was the King's story. Other than that, I was like,
Here we go.
okay.
I also figured Bloodscale would be the best one to talk on vengeance at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
No,
not
I really
my
like how that
serious-
wrapped up. I thought that was like a really good way to wrap that.
Yeah, you got a
Yeah.
compliment. Fuck off.
Ah.
Yeah.
You stepped
And then
away.
but like, and not only that,
I'll
you
explain it later.
you
Don't
did
worry,
it
I'm not
s-
going to leave you in the dark.
like you did such good RP and everything that I didn't even bother with rolling. That was exactly what Rashildalin needed to hear. So good job, man. All right, we're gonna go ahead and
do.
stop the stream. Bye, everybody. Thank you for hanging out.
Wait,
and
we started?
Are we
Did
stop-
start?
are we-
Did
are we
is
stopping
it
now?
Did we do it?
and we're also
Stop
going to
it.
be announcing coming up this weekend. We're going to be opening our online store. Me and my wife are starting. It's called the DM Emporium. You can go to dmemporium.com, and there's a bunch of D&D fun shit to find. We've got lots of dice towers, dice things, drinking horns. Oh, hold on. I mean,
The fact that you guys got that
Minis,
domain and that shit
What?
didn't exist already, Jesus
That's a
Christ.
good
we'll
sign
do
right
that
there.
later. And then, yeah, no, like we were just astounded that it wasn't taken yet, the domain name. And next week, if you tune in, we're going to be giving out discount code if you watch.
Discount code.
And so next week, discount codes for DM Emporium, so you can save on all of the amazing shit we've tried to cultivate because we found there's no one-stop shop for D&D really. It's all specific to like dice or this or that or that. So we tried to collect everything. Got over 400 items that you can look at, and then we're always open to be hit up on Twitter for like if you didn't find something or we're looking for something, we will try to hunt it down. So that's really excited. We're really happy with it, and can't
Do you
wait
guys have
to
the
share it
Twitter
with you.
set up yet? Or?
We got the Twitter and everything is it's it's set up, but it hasn't gone live yet. So we are starting the pre-rollouts this week. So yeah,
Cool.
really
Heard it here
excited about it.
first.
You heard it
Right.
here first.
Y'all heard it
And,
here first. Tell your friends.
so.
Tell your wife.
I'd say we were sponsored by them, but we are them. So all right,
Sponsor yourself.
exactly.
Believe in yourself, Ty.
I do.
'Cause no one else will. I'm just kidding.
Even the me that believes in you.
Also the heart of the cards.
Thank you, Kamina. All right. So
Don't forget the heart of the cards.
with
Heart of the
that,
cards.
we'll be adding a link at the bottom of the Twitch that'll go right to the DM Emporium. And in the future, it'll be just kind of hanging out there. Any questions, hit me up on Twitter. And for now, we do thank you all for watching and hope you have a beautiful day. We'll catch you next week.